Little technical issues. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's doing good. You know what I'm saying? Here, you know what I'm saying? Welcome everyone to the Long Beach Joe Show. Again, if this is your first time watching me, especially with what I got going on now, this is just going to be the Jets portion of the show. We're probably going to get into that pretty soon. I'm going to wait for more people to get up in here, though, you know what I'm saying, to really start talking to different people. We're probably going to start the show in about, it's like 3:49, so in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to kind of just chill and talk to y'all a little bit. What's good, bruh? What's good, Jordan? I see you, my boy. How's everything going? I hope everything's good with y'all. Like I was saying, I was going to wait a little bit just to get couple of people in here. Probably going to wait about 5 minutes before I really start to cover, what everything is going to be about as far as my live streaming and my show and everything I'm going to bring. Just know, I'm telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? First off, I want y'all feedback on my streams, okay? I want y'all feedback on what's up, Sports MC. I see you, my guy. I see you. Welcome. Thank you guys for coming in as well. Thank you guys for, watching me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited about this, really excited about what's going on. Again, everybody, we're going live at 4 p.m. Eastern on Pacific Standard Time, but 7 p.m. Eastern, East Coast time. The number's down right there, 515-602-9639. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking Jets for a little bit, and then after the Jets, I'm going to break down a little bit and play some games. But like I said, you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely going to be playing some games, you know what I'm saying, and having fun with y'all, you know what I'm saying, and just talking about stuff. I also got some stuff from the Long Beach Joe advice as well. Some people hit me up about advice. Listen, I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help. I'm telling y'all, I'm here to help y'all. So I got two people hit me up. One wanted to stay anonymous. So, you know what I'm saying, I'll keep you anonymous. No issues at all. And we also have some Navy stories today as well, man. I got some funny Navy stories, all right? I got two, you know what I'm saying? So I got two of those. So we're going to have a good time, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Just come in, comment, talk to me. I'll talk back. So Jordan says, good, man. Been watching a lot of anime, mostly Naruto. Okay, Jordan, I see you, Jordan. You know, I'm not really the hugest guy on anime, but I have watched a couple. I don't know if people really consider like Space Cowboy an anime, but I have watched that in the past. I love that stuff. There was a couple other animes I've seen in the past where I was like, hey, man, this is pretty decent. So, yeah, I watched that stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty solid. What is your favorite anime? Is it Naruto? Is that your favorite anime? You know what I'm saying? I want to hear from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sports MC says, how long are you going to be live for? I'm probably going to be live. The show's probably going to be, I would say, like an hour, maybe 2 hours. And then after that, I'm going to play some games. So I'll probably be live for maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours at the most. Because I'm going to be playing like some, probably going to play some Street Fighter 5, probably going to play some GTA, you know what I'm saying, today. So I'm going to hold off on the NBA 2K and the Madden until probably the next time that I stream, because actually I'm waiting for the NBA 2K. I have it already, but I want to wait because I actually want to start and open it with y'all. So I haven't even opened the game yet. That's how much I care for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even opened the game yet. We gonna go, you know what I'm saying, go through it together. Y'all can help me pick my build and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, okay. Gangrene 81 says, I follow you on YouTube. You're going to be live there too? Yeah, absolutely. I should be live on YouTube right now. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, I forgot the other streaming name. And it's a bunch of streaming platforms I'm live on right now. So I'm definitely live on YouTube. So if you go on YouTube, I should be live on there. I should be live on Twitch. So I'm with all those platforms right now as I'm talking. Real 3 says Naruto case closed. Okay, I see we got some Naruto boys up in here. That Naruto army is strong, huh? You know what I'm saying? I see you. Okay, Jordan says Naruto is the GOAT. Watch it, Joe. Okay, I'll watch it. I'll check it out. You know what I'm saying? I'll check it out. I've seen some where I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of that stuff is just a little too far out for me, but I'll be like, some of it is dope though. There definitely has been some where I was like, wow, I'm super excited about this. Jordan says, did you see the Halo Infinite gameplay? No, I didn't. I didn't check that out yet. I've heard a little bit about it. Like people were just like, "What is going on?" But the one person that kind of spoke to me briefly about it is really hard on Halo. I'm not the biggest Halo player. To be honest, I'm more of a fighting game player, to be completely honest with you. I love Street Fighter. I love Tekken. I kind of just getting into Tekken. So I'm going to definitely play a little bit of that on stream as well. But, I definitely will be playing, Halo or what is that other one? It's another one that a shooter that I'm going to play as well. So I'm going to have like a lot of different games that I'm going to play. But I'm going to try to narrow some of that stuff down. So Real 3 says, you got to be careful of Naruto filter because it comes out of nowhere and it's weird. Well, it is what it is, There's a lot of stuff. A lot of that anime stuff can get kind of weird. There's some stuff that I've seen. I was like, what in the world is this? But like I said, it's some good stuff out there, too. I've seen a lot of really good anime stuff. Bleach is the other one. Dang, it just hit my head. Bleach is the other one that I was like, I don't know if you guys consider Bleach an anime, but I've seen that too, and I thought that was kind of solid as well. Sports MC says, my buddy is one of the top Tekken players in the USA. What is your buddy? Is he like a tournament guy? There's a lot of, Tekken players. That community is crazy. That community is super crazy. Like that Tekken community is super strong. They have a great, a great game. I know that there's been like some issues as far as their patching has been going, but you know what I'm saying? I like Tekken. I have a friend that plays Tekken religiously. He's been trying to get me into it for years because I'm more of a Street Fighter guy. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm definitely going to start getting into it more and play it more. I just got to find the right character for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the big thing about playing games in particular is finding the right character for you. Like Street Fighter, I found the right character. Birdie, I love him to death. Like he plays exactly how I want him to play. He looks exactly how I want him to look. Like he's amazing. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to get the right guy. Jordan says Bleach is coming back too. Oh, it is? Let me know. Hit me. Let me know. Put in the comment. When is it coming back? I need to know. Real 3 says Bleach top 3 all time. Okay. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people, talk about it. Like I said, I checked out a couple episodes and I was impressed. But you know what I'm saying? I dipped out and kind of was doing my own thing outside of that too. Sports MC says Shapiro Gin. Oh, that's his name, Shapiro Gin. Yes, he travels the world to play. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple guys I know, Tekken. Pork Chop, I know Pork Chop, he's a really good Tekken player. There was another guy, JB DCR or something like that. He's a really good Tekken player. There's a couple. Eris, he's not competitive anymore, but I watch Eris from time to time. He's a really good Tekken player too. There's a lot of really good Tekken players. Tekken is very technical. Like it is a very technical game, and you definitely can't get away. I'm just John says, what's up, Joe? What's up, John? What's going on, man? What's going on? Like I told y'all, if y'all want to talk to me tonight, I'm telling you, call in. I want to talk to y'all. I definitely want to get y'all thoughts on everything. Sonic Fox. Yeah, Sonic Fox. I knew Sonic Fox more of like is he playing Tekken now? I haven't really been paying attention to the tournament scene, clearly because, the Roro. Keeping with that YouTube algorithm, you know what I'm saying? We calling it the Roro, all right? You know what I'm saying? Sonic Fox, yeah, Sonic Fox is just an amazing player, though, all around. That one guy says, what's good, Joe? What's good, my friend? Welcome. I want to thank you for tuning in and watching me. Getting back to what you were saying about Sonic Fox, though, real. Sonic Fox that dude's a monster. When he was playing MK, when he was playing Mortal Kombat, he was smashing everybody. And then I remember he came over to Street Fighter and he was playing Fong. And Fong at that time was an ass character. And he was still placing top 8. He was still placing top 8 with that character. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Sonic Fox, just hats off to that dude, man. Anything he touches, like he's just good. Like there's just nothing that you can say or do with him. Long Strider 420 says, do Jets fans hate offense? Oh, gotta turn that's my little alarm there, guys, just to let me know that this show's coming up. Long Strider 20 says, do the Jets hate offense? The only reason I can imagine they ignore offense this long. When I talked about drafting receivers, Bro, people came after me like crazy. Hey, Long Strider says, hey, Joe, hey, what's going on, man? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Again, everybody, numbers down below, 515-602-9639. Call in and talk to me about, this team. I want to hear from y'all, man. And also, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please, if there's any issues with the audio or anything like that, man, let me know. This is a technical thing. The more I keep going, the more I'm going to learn about this, the more I'm going to keep going, the more streaming I'm going to do, and the better my stream is going to be. But I also want the quality to be really solid. So if there's issues with lighting, if there's issues with audio, please let me know. And, I'll fix it when I can. Sonic Fox is more of he is playing DB. Just John says Sonic Fox is more of a DBF fighters. Yes, he is playing a lot of DB. Him, and I forgot the other name that is playing DB fighters with him too. But so we're gonna get into this in just a second, guys. So let me go ahead and get ready.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please enter your host PIN. When finished, press the pound key.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, people? It's time to talk Jets with your boy Long Beach Joe. I am so excited. I already got people in the chat. We're all fired up, ready to go. Man, let me tell you something. This is a week where we're going into it against the Bills with a very good football team. They're looking at the situation where this is a team in the Bills that really could be, the division winners. They're definitely going to be up there competing to win the division. Absolutely. They've retooled. They've got a couple of good players. Stephon Diggs, one of them. And their matchups are really, really tough for us, especially when you look at the situation here where we, are looking at it like we're dealing with a lot of injuries right now. There's a lot of guys that have gone down, a lot of guys that are, not going to be playing that we need. And also we're looking at the situation like, hey, who's going to be, the guy that's going to step up offensively for us? So listen, we're going to get into all that. But listen here, I am the man of the people. I am here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone, go to Facebook, type in Long Beach Joe. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love talking to Jets fans going back and forth, so please give me some feedback. I want to hear your thoughts about what I'm doing here at the Long Beach Joe Show. So without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and get into the show. I'm fired up. Listen, it's time to talk about it. We got injuries. We all know that they're coming here. You look at the offensive injuries first. Mims, out. That's definitely going to hurt our offense. The receiving core has been a mess so far. Even you still got Perryman dealing with the knee injury as well. If that knee injury swells up, there's going to be some issues here. So with Mims out, that's going to be a big blow because here's the young guy that we all thought would absolutely turn it around this season. He was the guy that we brought in that was going to, fix some of the issues that we had offensively. And now we're looking at, hey, he might be a guy that might be gone until, who knows, maybe week 5. something like that, that's just kind of crazy right now. So the offense right now is really kind of stuttering and stammering as far as the wide receiver position. We brought in Chris Hogan. We know he's going to be there. We're looking at guys like Crowder to really step up as well. So we're trying to see what exactly we can do. But the biggest problem that I'm seeing is, hey, how are we going to help Sam Darnold kind of get to that next level? And I don't think we've necessarily done that. You look at the situation offensively, like I just spoke about, the wide receiver position is kind of in flux, especially with the injury to Mims. Kind of makes you look at the situation like, hey, should we have drafted a wide receiver? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should have drafted more than just one wide receiver. You know what I mean? I remember telling people that. Nobody wanted to listen. You know what I'm saying? I remember telling people that we should get rid of a certain somebody so that we could get, maybe a CeeDee Lamb or a Jerry Jeudy or something like that. People yelled at me like 90 going north about that take. But all right, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'll deal with it. But you look at the situation now, and with Mims going down, it's like, okay, well, who's the new offensive threat for Sam? And it's kind of a mess there. You look at the running back position. We're looking at Le'Veon Bell, a guy that I definitely think should definitely get the load of carries this season, even though we brought in Frank Gore. P. Ryan's going to be out as well. He's dealing with the injury, so they brought up Josh Adams. This running back situation, I'm looking at it like, look, Le'Veon Bell, this should be his year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This should not be a year where we're asking Adam Gase, hey, why isn't this guy getting the ball more? Hey, why isn't this guy doing this? Why aren't we seeing Le'Veon Bell out wide or split out or motioned or anything like that? This is not the year that we should be asking that. No. We should absolutely be talking about how Le'Veon Bell is being fed week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I was speaking about earlier as well, that would help Sam Darnold to kind of ease the load off of him. If you can bring Le'Veon Bell out the backfield and have him there, have him catching footballs out the backfield, have him, handing the ball off to him, getting those early runs, hitting that defense hard, it starts to soften things up so Sam Darnold can go out there and make plays. And I'm going to get to the calls early. I see we got a lot of calls coming in. Don't believe me. We will get to you folks in a couple seconds. But I also want to talk about this offensive line as well. This offensive line is something that I think is still kind of a question mark for me. I understand we got McGovern. I understand, we brought guys in. We went and got Becton, who I'm hoping is really going to turn into the mauler that everyone says, that he's looking like he's going to be. He's definitely going to be tested this season as well because we play a lot of really good football teams with solid pass rushers. I mean, guys are absolutely going to get after him this season. I mean, we got the Niners coming up. The Chiefs are on, the Seahawks. We got guys coming up that can get around the edge that are absolutely going to test him. So I want to see what happens with him as well, too. I want to see, what goes on with Becton this year because, like I said, he's going to be tested early and often. And I honestly think he's a guy that can step up and do that. I'm a little bit more concerned about that right tackle spot, though. I'm not the biggest George Fant fan, to be completely honest with you. I'm a little worried about it, but, maybe he's a guy that can hold the fort and stand up there and kind of keep the pressure off of Sam. And so I'm just looking to see us do whatever we can to help this young kid out because we really put him in a situation where if he doesn't have protection and he has no weapons, what are you expecting to do? Because I'm about to go to one more thing that I think has really hurt Sam as well. It's Adam Gase, man. Listen, everyone wants to say that I'm a Gase basher. I'm not a Gase basher. I'm a Gase truth teller. Okay, let me tell you the difference between a basher. A basher just bashes him regardless. I give him, kudos when he does well, which is not very often, but I'll also tell the truth about him. Adam Gase, from beginning to end, has not been a good offensive coordinator, a good head coach. Outside of 1 year with Peyton Manning, there's been issues with him offensively throughout the league. You can see it. You can see when he was with the Dolphins, the issues there. You saw it last year coming here, where there was a lack of adjustments in games. There was, the game plans was often just absolutely ridiculous. You also saw, the fact that the play calling was bad. We used to see that all the time, too, where he would come out and do things and we would just go, oh, my God, are you serious? Like, come on, we need you to step up. So those are my biggest concerns going into this game is the offense, especially when you're talking about, us matching up with a Bills team that has a ferocious defense. I mean, these guys get after it. Ed Oliver, Trent Murphy, Tre'Davious White. The names just go on and on. This Bills defense is ready to go. Okay, they are ready to go, and they're not playing any games whatsoever. And if we don't make sure that we protect Sam, he's going to get hit. He's going to get banged around. He could end up on the IR, to be absolutely honest, and I don't want to see that happen. He could damn sure end up on the IR. So we've got to make sure, that we find some way to protect him. And I think one way that we can actually do that is using a 2 tight end set. Listen, Herndon, this guy, everyone's excited about him. He's finally back. I like Herndon, but the knock on him, have we seen the flashes? Yes, we've seen where this kid knows, it looks like he's got it, like he knows what he's doing out there. But he's often injured. This guy can't stay healthy throughout the season. If he stays healthy this season, we'll be good to go. He's got to stay right. If he can stay right for us and he can stay healthy and he can go out there and be a guy that's a safety blanket for Sam Darnold, that does nothing but bode well for us. Also, Griffin as well on the other side. I want to see a lot of 2 tight end sets, especially with the issues that we have at wide receiver. Should be no reason that we don't see a lot of two tight end sets here. Also, again, another formation out, some split backs. Let's see Le'Veon Bell and Gore on the field at the same exact time. There's no reason why these things shouldn't be done. Adam Gase needs to be innovative this year. He needs to be what we keep hearing he is, but we never really see. We need to see that now. I'm tired of hearing about it, but not seeing it anymore. We need to see him be able to utilize the personnel that he has on his team. We need to see that. We need to see better utilization of the roster. We need to see him understand how to fit his scheme to what he has, because all the other offensive minds around the league can do that. Doug Peterson did it. Yeah, we're banged up. The Eagles were hella banged up last year. Hella banged up. I'm talking about he was pulling guys out of YMCA parking lots. Some of these guys are practice squad players. Some of these guys were just coming around, and he was finding ways to utilize these people and their talents and getting the job done. You know what I'm saying? So you can't use everything as an excuse. The scheme has to be better. The coaching has to be better. The play calling has to be better. We have to do something. We just cannot lay down offensively and die. But I'm kind of going to put that aside because I want to get to these callers. You know what I'm saying? I can go on all day about the Jets. So I'm going to get to my first caller, 908. I'm coming straight to you. What's going on? Let me know your name and where you're from.
Hey, Joe, it's Steve. What's up, man?
Hey, Steve. How's it going, man? How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good, Joe. But before we get into this game tomorrow, my first question is to you. You being safe out there in California with all the fires?
Man, it's kind of crazy out here. They aren't super close to me, but I tell you what, we are definitely feeling, all the smoke that's in the air, all the debris and stuff like that. So we're being as safe as possible, but I do have friends that are a little bit closer, and they're kind of, getting more and more weary because the fires kind of jump around from spot to spot, especially with the redwood trees that are up there, because redwood trees burn down into the roots, and then the roots the trees fall, and then the burning embers go into the air, and they start blowing around, and they catch other stuff on fire too. It's absolutely crazy. So, I'm staying as safe as possible. And, my thoughts and prayers are with those that are definitely dealing with that, firsthand and have lost their houses or anything like that. But I'm all right, Steve. But how about yourself, man?
Yeah, no, it's been a long time talk, man. It's just I've missed you so much. I mean, I know you don't do the show anymore, but I mean, I'm glad to hear though that you're starting your own show. Can't wait to talk with you about this football team.
Yeah, absolutely. So Steve, let's go ahead and get into it, man. I want to get your thoughts on this. What are your expectations for Sam Darnold coming into this season?
Well, the biggest thing going into the season is for Sam. I mean, this is year number 3 for him. Hopefully this year he stays healthy throughout the whole season. I mean, his rookie season, he had the foot injury, and then last year with the mono, I mean, the thing is, the thing about going into this game against Buffalo, there needs to be 3 things that need to happen. Number 1, the offensive line, this new offensive line we have, it has to protect Sam. I mean, we're going up against probably the second toughest front 7 defense that the Bills have. I mean, that defensive line is stacked, and especially when they have a head coach like Sean McDermott, who's a very, very, very good head coach, very good defensive-minded guy. I mean, he is a defensive guy, coach, and he knows what it takes to, he's going to trick some plays, honestly, with us. I mean, it's just – and the biggest test is going to be for Mekhi Becton when he goes up against Ed Oliver, who's one of the – I mean, Ed Oliver is one of the best. He is a great pass rusher. I mean, he's not the best pass rusher, but he is one of the top pass rushers in the league. And I mean, the thing is, when you look at that linebacking position, that the one player he's a great player in Tremaine Edmonds. I mean, he's great. And Tre'Davious White, who recently just signed a big mega deal contract. I mean, Buffalo just gave him a big contract just now. And the thing is that, one thing that's definitely going to be an advantage is that, Buffalo's not going to have any fans, so there's not going to be any crowd noise. I mean, despite that there's going to be artificial crowd noise. But, the thing is that going into that game is the offensive line has to protect Sam. If Sam gets protected, that's great. The other thing is that Adam Gase needs to use Le'Veon Bell right. He's got to use Bell right. Because last year, Buffalo was not really a good team last year when it came to stopping the run last year. That was their biggest weakness on the defensive side. But they were a good defensive team against the pass. I mean, because if you remember from that first game of the year last year, there were at times where the Bills players were jumping up and down on the line, whether it was a defensive lineman or a linebacker on their team, when they were just jumping up in the air and batting the ball down to the ground. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be the biggest other thing. If Le'Veon Bell gets a good running game, that has to happen. Now, the defensive side of the ball, I mean, listen.
Before we go to the defensive side of the ball, you're bringing the fire right now, Steve. I'm telling you right now, you are absolutely bringing the fire. Okay, you sit in the fire department in my house right now. I need you to slow down. You know what I'm saying? I need you to slow down. You bringing the fire department to my house right now. You hearing the sirens right now. It is absolutely crazy. You're burning the place down. I agree with a lot of your takes, but you mentioned Le'Veon Bell. You talked about Sam Darnold being protected. I want to get your thoughts on Herndon, though. What are your thoughts on him coming into the season, and how do you think that he could impact the offense as well if he stays healthy?
No, it could definitely bring a big impact. I mean, there were games, I remember Sam's rookie year and Herndon's rookie year when they were rookies together, where they had a nice connection with each other. I want that to be like a Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce connection, a Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle connection. If we could get that kind of connection, we could have a really, really good set tight end for the future in Chris Herndon. But the thing is, though, the biggest thing is what also has to happen is for tomorrow is Adam Gase needs to coach a good game against the Bills. Yeah. Because if Adam Gase does not coach a good game against the Bills, Joe, we're gonna be screwed. We're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, look, I'm right there with you. I'm a guy that has talked about Adam Gase for quite a bit, that we need to see him step up. And you're right, and one of the reasons why I think a lot of people always say, well, Joe, why are you always talking about Adam Gase? Why are you always so hard on him? Listen, if Adam Gase does not do his job effectively, it's going to make Sam Darnold's life a whole hell of a lot harder. A lot of people do not understand that. I don't understand why. And it's not all Jets fans. I love Jets fans. I'm a fan my damn self. Okay. I'm right there with you. But some of you, you don't get offense. This is an offensively driven league. You have to have your offense together. And so if you have issues and you can't get guys, you have coaches that can't put guys in the right positions to make plays, you're going to be dead in the water. We're never going to get the type of wins and the type of things that we need. So that's why I'm so hard on Gase, is because we've been waiting for Sam Darnold. We've been waiting for a franchise quarterback on this football team for years. I remember it. I remember after Sanchez and the Fitzpatricks and, my God, the Bryce Pettys and the Christian Hackenbergs and the Tim Tebows and the Geno Smiths. And, oh, God, I'm going to puke if I keep talking about these bad quarterbacks. We've been talking about these guys for so long. We've been pining for a franchise QB for so long, and it's like we finally get one, and we're just not putting him in a situation to be able to succeed and make plays, particularly from a coaching standpoint. But I want to go back to this offense with you, Steve, because like I said, you're lighting this place on fire right now. This is an amazing call from you. What are your thoughts about Crowder? How do you think that he'll be able to affect the game, and what do you think his production's going to look like this year?
No, I mean, from last year, Jamison Crowder and Sam definitely had a connection, even from the first meeting when they met with Buffalo last year, they had a great connection. Then Jamison Crowder didn't really come alive again until when Sam came back from the mono, and especially during the second half of the season last year, Sam and Jamison had a connection. Hopefully they have that connection again. But Joe, I do have a question now for you.
Okay.
On the offensive side of the ball, are you worried more about the offensive line, or are you worried more about the receivers? Because obviously today, we just activated what was his name, Josh Malone. I think.
Josh Malone.
So that's his name off the waiver claim. I was really hoping for Lawrence Kager because I would have loved to see him, but obviously, so Josh Malone is going to fill in for the spot for Mims on Sunday. So that's my question to you. Are you worried more with the offensive line tomorrow, or are you worried more with or are you worried more about the receivers?
Oh, well, that's a great question, Stephen. Like you said, we activated Josh Malone. We also activated Mike White as well, and Josh Adams again off the practice squad to come up. When I look at this team, for me, I'm more concerned about the offensive line because of how big of a role it will play in the complete doom of your offense if they can't get it together. I understand that we have a couple new guys. Connor McGovern is a new guy. We drafted Mekhi Becton. We brought Alex Lewis back. Van Roten is a guy we brought in. I know we got fan. I understand it. I'm not saying those guys are trash. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that there's a question mark there. There's a question mark there of, hey, can these guys gel together with no preseason games? We also all know that offensive line takes a bit of time to gel. They don't just come. You can't just put together a line and go, hey, these guys are going to be good. No, it takes time. They need to understand how each other play. They need to know how each other move and how it feels and all that stuff. So I'm wondering how quickly they can gel, and also how well they can play within the scheme together. So that's a big concern for me because, again, if you go back to last season, right, I remember there were plays where Robbie and from time to time would break open, and Sam couldn't see him because he was running for his life or he was already hit. And that was it. That was it. So even though, yes, the wide receiver position is a concern for me. It's an absolute concern for me, Steve. And I don't want any Jet fan to look at me and be like, oh, you don't know. I do. I'm very concerned about the wide receiver position. But it starts in the trenches. If you ask any GM, anything, they'll tell you football starts in the trenches. If you cannot protect your QB in this game, you're a dead man, especially with these guys coming off the edge the way they are. Yeah. The Nick Bosas and the Joey Bosas and all these guys that's coming off the edge, or Von Miller and Khalil Mack and so on and so forth. All these guys coming off the edge will take your head off. And the problem as well with the offensive line, it just doesn't affect Sam. It also affects Le'Veon, too. The running game will be shut down as well. We saw last year where Le'Veon we get the handoff to him, he'd run, there'd be no holes and nowhere for him to go, and he was getting smacked and cracked. And there were times we were wondering if he was going to last a full season like that. So, yes, I am very concerned about the wide receiver position going into the season, but I am also more concerned about the offensive line, where they stand, and if they're ready to gel. What are your thoughts about that, Steve?
Yeah, no. That's going to be the thing, too, because I've said this before. And, Joe, you're absolutely right about this, when this is now really an offensive type of league. But now here are some things, though, that are supposed to happen for this game tomorrow. Number one, with the game being in Buffalo tomorrow is, because here's the thing, you're going to probably see, more of running the football in that game tomorrow because the weather is going to be terrible tomorrow in Orchard Park, New York, for most of the game. The rain is not supposed to clear up until the late afternoon, which is around the time when the game's going to be over. So it's going to be a very, very, very sloppy, wet game. And here is the thing, I'm going to say this also too. There are going to be at times tomorrow where I do have a feeling where things during the game are going to get sloppy because obviously no teams had preseason games this year because of the whole thing with the pandemic going on. I mean, there was even some showing of it on the Thursday night game between the Chiefs and the Texans, when there were times where, even though the Chiefs did win big again, like they usually do, there were times where they made some sloppy plays, and Houston made sloppy plays. That's going to be happening a lot for the first couple of weeks of the season. But now, Joe, I know we spoke a lot with the offense. Let's get to the defensive side of the ball, okay? Now, my question is to you is this. What are your thoughts on Josh Allen?
Steve, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think that Josh Allen, I hope the Bills fans are watching. I'm looking directly at you. You see, I'm live now, okay? I'm streaming for those of you that are listening on the Blog Talk Radio. I am streaming to YouTube and various platforms, so now you can see me when I say this. Josh Allen is a trash-ass quarterback, and he's a glorified running back, but I tell you what, he's been surrounded with weapons. He's been given a chance to succeed there. I mean, when you look at what they're doing, Cole Beasley, John Brown, they went and got him Stephon Diggs. The offensive line is solid. Devin Singletary as a running back. He's also got an offensive coordinator that fits the offense around what he does well. They've done for Josh Allen what we should be doing for Sam Darnold. That's exactly what they've done. If you look at what they've done, everything that they've done is what I've talked about in the past as well, is Josh is on his rookie year deal still, and they are doing everything that they can do to put him in a position, put the team in a position, put the franchise in a position while he is cheap, because he is on a cheaper deal than he would be when it's time to re-sign him. If they do give him, re-sign him and give him a bigger deal, while it's cheap, they're doing everything they can to put him in a position to take this franchise and move it a step forward and compete for a Super Bowl. That's exactly what they're doing. That defense is queued up and they've got guys, but I don't think he's a very good QB, but I think he's been put in a very good position.
No, I mean, listen, the thing is about Josh Allen is, I mean, the one thing that Josh Allen, I will say that he does have is that he can definitely run with the football, not like what Sam can do. Like that is his biggest strength. But the other thing is about Josh Allen is, I mean, the thing is during this whole off season, everyone has been giving so much hype on the Bills. Like, listen, yes, the Bills have these weapons, in Cole Beasley and Stephon Diggs. But I gotta say though, it's sometimes Stephon Diggs at times can be a little bit overhyped for what he can do. I mean, don't get me wrong. He is a great receiver, Stephon Diggs. He is a very good receiver. And, I mean, listen, when the Bills made that trade to get picks for him, I mean, the Bills gave up a lot of draft picks to Minnesota when they made that trade. I mean, because it honestly is showing Buffalo is making a move this year and showing the AFC East, we're in contention this year to compete for the division title. I mean, here is the thing. The biggest thing that needs to happen for this, if we can put Josh Allen under pressure, because, listen, there were times in games last year when Josh Allen was under pressure. I'll tell you one thing. He looks like with a chicken with his head cut off when he looks like a quarterback under pressure. Yeah. And, I mean, listen, there were times where Sam can make the plays that Josh Allen can't. And you know what? I am so tired of Buffalo Bills fans saying, oh, Josh Allen is the better quarterback than Sam Darnold. Like, it drives me nuts when they say that. Listen, I'm keeping my mouth shut to this whole thing. And here's the thing also, too, which I will say this about going into Buffalo. In the past, Joe, the Jets actually do play the Bills very, very tough in Buffalo. And it's shown the last couple of years we can give the Bills a game in their stadium when we would beat them and at times when we would lose to them, but when it would be a close game. But the thing is with the defensive side of the ball is that, is Jordan Jenkins going to step up again this year as a pass rusher? Is Quentin Williams going to have a better season this year than he did last year? I mean, Quentin Williams definitely showed some sparks last year, at the end of his rookie season, but now we're going to see how he does big in his sophomore year. So, Joe, tell me about this defensive side of the ball that the Jets have.
Yeah, first off, Steve, you're coming in with some great questions, but and look, the defensive side of the ball for me, I'm excited about some of the guys there, but I have big questions. And one of the things that you talked about we got to get to Josh Allen. We got to put pressure on him. And so I'm gonna flip it back to you because I was gonna cut you off, but you had a lot of fire going, and I didn't want to get singed, so I'll let you keep going. But Steve, how exactly are we gonna get the pressure to him when we don't have a pass rusher? How do you think the Jets are going to be able to manufacture a pass rush this season? Who's a guy that you think can step up and actually be a guy that can kind of give us maybe a little bit of pass rush and push the pocket this season?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that, Quentin Williams could definitely step up this year. Yeah. And then Jordan Jenkins got to take a big step up. But another person I would love to see take a big step up is, he's coming back from an injury. I would say Avery Williamson, but Avery Williamson, unfortunately, is going to be out for the Sunday, which does, unfortunately, hurt our linebacking crew. I think it's going to be Neville Hewitt and Blake Cashman that are going to start tomorrow. The one who I really, really think that also really needs to step up big this year for the pass rushing side is Henry Anderson. Henry Anderson's got to step up this year because last year there were times where he was off. But, if we can make Josh Allen feel uncomfortable Sunday, and if we have a production on offense, then we can win tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you, Steve. I'm looking at the situation, and with Avery Williamson being out because he's going to be out there, you're going to have guys like Cashman, Neville Hewitt kind of step up. But if we're talking about from a pass rushing stance, I think the guy you have to look at is, like you said, Jordan Jenkins. I'm right there with you. I think Jordan Jenkins is a guy that can kind of, put up a little bit, maybe push the pocket a bit. I believe was it last season, I think it was, or maybe a season before that where he had like 7 or 8 sacks for us and was really helping us out there. Quentin Williams is a guy that I'm looking at as well. This is the next year. I need to see the next step out of him. I really need him to show us something, that burst. I'm not thinking that he's going to get us big-time pass rushing numbers. I think that's a little bit of a lofty expectation to put on him. But if he's a guy that can give us maybe 6, 7 sacks, something like that, maybe 8, if he's in the backfield, though, being extremely disruptive, if he's a guy that's breaking up running plays, if he's a guy that's getting tackles for losses, if he's a guy that, is just absolutely causing havoc back there, that's what I want to see out of Quentin for sure this year. I want to see him absolutely just go out there and cause absolute destruction, just with these offensive linemen, whether it be in a running game or just causing disruption in the passing game as well and pushing the pocket. But I think one part that you kind of left out, Steve, is we could also manufacture a pass rush through Greg Williams and his scheme of blitzing, too. I think we'll see quite a bit of that as well this season. I know, everyone loves Mr. Adams. Well, he's gone now, isn't he? He is gone.
Listen, Joe, I saw your video, Joe.
I know some of y'all mad about that. Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead.
Joe,
say what you got to say.
Going back to that video you made, listen. I understand how much you loved how when Jamal Adams left, but listen. At the same time, I was bummed out too when Adams left, but at the same time, we got 2 first-round picks out of it for next year and the year after. Yep. So it was a great turnaround that we got. Yeah. And now what we can do is with the money for the future that we have, we can now use that money for the future of what else we can build in with this team. And listen,
not just that though, Steve. Hold on a second. Not just that though, Steve. But we also have another safety in Marcus May that could be used in the same exact way that Adams was used. He's a guy that's extremely versatile. We could bring him up to that line. I know he's dealing with a calf injury right now. He's questionable. It's kind of looking like he might play with that. I saw him in practice. He looked like he was moving around, so he probably is going to play with that. So if he goes out there and Greg Williams uses him in that scheme, brings him off the edge where he's able to be a free rusher and really get after the quarterback, we could see Marcus May put up some numbers this year as well. Not just being used around the line, but also in coverage. We all know that his coverage skills are crazy good in this league.
Yeah, no, it is. But the other thing, though, which I really liked earlier in the week that when this happened was, because there was a video that Adam Gase and Joe Douglas did together when they spoke to the media. I don't know if you saw their conference together, but Joe Douglas said that one day when he went into the locker room with the team, and it was right after when they were done with the practice, Joe Douglas actually what he did was he went to the team and he inspired the team and literally told the team about how the Jets were expected to have low expectations. And I'll tell you something, Joe, it pissed off the whole entire team when they heard about that. I don't know if you read something about that, And Joe even said, and Joe Douglas even said that the team wants to prove the league and the analysis wrong.
Absolutely.
I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, look, I saw that clearly, and I heard the remarks from Joe Douglas about pushing forward, just basically, hey, we're not going to lay down. That was pretty much the sentiment of his comments. That's exactly how you have to be if you want to win in this league. Even if people are going to count you out or don't feel like you're good or don't feel like you have what it takes, hell, even if you don't believe in yourself sometimes, you have to put your best foot forward. You got to man up. You got to go out there and play. Point blank period. And you got to give it everything that you got. Because if we can, if you have teams that don't look good or you want to take a year off because you just don't feel like you can win, then what are you going out there for? You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen a lot of teams that we didn't necessarily think were talented kind of pop up and be able to make playoff runs or hell, just make the playoffs alone. And people were like, whoa, we've seen teams like that in the past come out of nowhere. So I like that out of Joe Douglas. I do. I like the fact that, he's stepping up for the organization and saying, hey, we're not going to lay down this season. But at the same time, this upcoming offseason, I think, is a big offseason for him because he's got to do more to better the talent on this football team, too. He's got to do more to better the offensive side of the football as well. So he's got the cap, he's got the cash, he's got the capital. He's got it all. But he's got to take care, of what he's got to take care of this season. He's got to better this football team. And he's got to, like I said, he's got to put Sam Darnold in a better situation. Absolutely. But I want to get back to the defense just a second with you, though. We talked about the pass rushers. We talked about Quinnen Williams. We talked a little bit about Marcus Bay. I want to get your thoughts on these corners, though. How are you feeling about Desir and, the other corner, Bless Austin that we have going up against Diggs, Cole Beasley, John Brown? How do you think it will look, game day for them? Do you think they'll be able to slow down Stephon Diggs or shut him down?
Yeah, I mean, the defensive backs are definitely going to be the biggest question mark of the game. Hopefully, I know there were at times, where they said that they had some good practices and some bad practices. Hopefully, it's definitely a big step up. Because last year we had those two horrible corners in Tremaine Johnson and Darryl Roberts, who were both horrible last year. Joe Douglas definitely did some revamping of that position. The cornerback is definitely going to be a spot to watch on the defense tomorrow. Seeing about how Josh Allen also does when he challenges them with his pass. The thing is, Joe, the big, like I said, the big three things that we got to do to win the game Sunday: protect Sam, have a good running game, and put the pressure on Allen. If we do all three of those tasks on Sunday, we're going to win.
Okay. So let me. This is one question. Who do you think scores the first touchdown of the season for the Jets?
I think it's going to be Le'Veon Bell who does it. I think it's going to be a rushing touchdown for Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
Probably on the goal line at the 1 yard line tomorrow. And the thing is that my prediction is for tomorrow is I know a lot of people are doubting because, listen, Buffalo is the favorite to win tomorrow, but I'm going to go 24-16 Jets tomorrow.
Okay, 24-16 Jets. All right. Jets. Okay, I hear you, Steve. 24-16 Jets. All right. Listen, Steve, man, I want to thank you for calling in, bro. It was great to talk to you. Great to have you on my first episode of the Long Beach Joe Show, man. Hey, listen, next show, man, you got to call in. We got to talk Jets again, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Right, you have a good night, man. Hey, listen, that was a fire call from Steve. I want to thank Steve again for calling in. Woo! He covered a lot of topics, brought the fire, was absolutely crazy, had a lot of great takes when he talked about Adam Gase as well, the need for Adam Gase to become a better head coach. And we know we got a lot of people on the lines. We're going to get right back to you in just a second. But let me tell you something. The need for Adam Gase to step up, especially, when you're facing a divisional opponent, a team that you're going to see twice this year, it starts week 1. You got to go out there and put your best foot forward. This offense needs to go out there and really do something. The game plan has got to be tight. It's got to be solid. Can't go out there and put Sam Darnold in bad positions. Put him in positions where he could take a lot of hits or calling plays that just don't make sense at certain times. So that's just completely ridiculous. But I'm going to go to the chat a little bit because, again, I am live streaming for those of you that are on Blog Talk or that listen to the podcast. I'm live streaming live. So I have a chat here. Armis Doucette, I want to thank you again for coming in. I want to thank Q Cash as well. Q Cash says, yo, Joe, here to support. Love the logic with the Jets. Hey, man, thank you for supporting. I want to thank you for coming in, man. I'm just John. Big time comment says Marcus May is almost as good as Jamal. He doesn't get the same amount of attention. Hey, listen, I used to say those exact same things. People call me crazy, but I think you're completely correct. I look at the situation where a lot of people, hell, there was a lot of fans last year that was completely ready to get rid of Marcus May. Remember when Austin Davis got drafted? When Ashton Davis got drafted, it was, whoa, this is the time to get rid of Marcus May. His ass is out of here. We're about to give Jamal Adams all the money in the world, and we're going to get rid of Marcus May. That didn't work that way, did it? That didn't work that way at all now, did it? Okay? But listen, Marcus May, if you look at the situation with him, you look at the stats, you look at the numbers, you watch the tape, he's near the top of the league in coverage every single year. He's one of the best cover safeties in the game. And let me tell you something. This guy, if he's healthy this year and he's good to go, I'm telling you, he's really going to be able to provide a spark. And I think Greg Williams is definitely going to put him in a position to succeed. So everyone in that chat, hey, keep commenting. I'm going to keep coming to you. We're going to definitely talk Jets with you as well. And I want to thank everyone again for commenting and showing up and watching me. But I'm going to get back to these calls, okay? We're getting back to them. 984, I'm coming to you right now. I want you to tell me what your thoughts are on the team. Give me your name and where you're from, man.
Hey, how you doing, Joe? It's Burnoff from North Carolina.
Hey, Burnoff, how's it going, my friend? How are you doing today? What are your thoughts about this week coming
Pretty
up?
Good. It's like I want to be excited and enthused, but I'm very worried about, because of the state of the team, with the injuries. And we've taken some pretty serious losses. I mean, some of them were necessary with Jamal Adams' trade and CJ opting out. That kind of put a damp on my spirit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think if they were with us for this matchup, I believe if we were at full capacity, even without Robbie Anderson and his replacement, adding him, I think we were at full capacity what we had. Mm-hmm. I think we could have competed with them and actually beat them in Buffalo tomorrow.
Okay. But, listen, I hear what you're saying. I look at the situation with Jamal Adams, and I told people for months, I saw that coming. I saw that coming from a mile away.
You told us. I want to tell you were right. And give a chance to call and actually speak to you and tell you were right. You were trying to tell us about a year ago that this thing was looming over the franchise, and people thought you were crazy. And at the time, even I didn't see it because Jamal was such a fixture on the team, and his presence was so strong. Loom with the organization. And he had been such a good soldier and a good face, until it came time to that infamous contract negotiation. You know how that is.
Yeah.
It's kind of nasty, and sometimes it's just about the business side, and we fans tend to forget that.
Yeah.
I never had no ill will against Jamal. I think he did what he needed to do to try to get out of town. Mm-hmm. He knew he probably won't get the deal he was looking for from us. I'm glad we got the 2 first-round picks. I know I'm a little early on this, but sometimes I try to think ahead a little bit and project to next year. Mm-hmm. What do you think we need to do with those 2 first-round picks? I'm thinking edge and wide receiver, edge and offensive lineman. What do you think?
Okay, well, I'll answer that, but I really want to touch on the Bills game with you as well. But as of right now, the way that I'm looking at it, now, to me, I think those picks need to be allocated towards the offense, and it should be wide receiver and lineman, wide receiver and offensive line. And not only that, and I'm not going to tip my hand because, again, the season is coming. I think there's a possibility for us to trade down, especially in this draft coming up, because people have already asked me this. And I've been telling them, you look at the situation, with the Ro-Ro, there's a lot of teams. And I say the Ro-Ro because of the YouTube algorithm, okay? There's this thing floating around. We put masks on, all right? So you know what I'm talking about. With the Ro-Ro in the situation,
I think that's likely. I think it's likely with that second pick, that back end pick of us trading down, knowing what Joe Douglas is and his draft strategy. I really love his draft strategy. It's a breath of fresh air from Mike McCaskey. He didn't really maximize his picks.
Yep. And so
picks at all the way Joe Douglas did. I think that first pick, if we're within striking distance to get us an edge rusher, get a wide receiver, or get ourselves another dominant offensive lineman, I think they're gonna stand pat with that first one.
Yeah, I think they.
End, yes.
Yeah, I think they stand. I think they stand pat as well. With the first one, it really would depend on how the offers would come. But for me, the second one is vital because you can take that second first round pick wherever Seattle ends up. You know what I'm saying? The way it's looking, and everybody's saying they're probably going to end up at the lower end of the first round. That's no problem. I'll take that because I can take that pick and turn it into multiple second round picks and really clean up in the second round.
Get a good player.
Say it again.
Yeah. I think we can move down, and I think we can stay inside the top 10 in that second round and still get a pick. I think there will be a team that's picking in that top 10 in that second round that's going to want to move up to get their guy.
Yeah.
And I think Joe Douglas, knowing how he navigates, I wouldn't be surprised. And we move down and stay in that top 10 and go and make our selection, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to get to this Bills game with you, though. You know, I want to thank you for bringing that up because I want to talk about that, but that's a little bit down the line. I want to talk about this Bills game with you. And I want to get your thoughts on this, man. Going into this game, looking as banged up as offensively as we are, what are your thoughts on Le'Veon Bell? Shouldn't he just be fed the ball this week? Like, is there any excuse for this guy not to have a ton of touches?
Yeah. If Gase is the genius, every drive everybody tries to project that he is, he's supposed to use Bell in every way possible, take advantage of his versatile skill set like a Thurman Thomas, Marshall Faulk. You know, he's supposed to be seeing pass out of the backfield, screens, everything. He's supposed to see early runs. We're supposed to be utilize him in every way. Can we soften him up for other stuff to hit Chris Herndon? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can take a shot in some man-to-man coverage against their corners, which I hear are pretty good.
Oh, Tre'Davious White, boy, that dude is something else. He's really good. He's pretty good. He's damn good. Like he's a really good corner. So yeah, that their defense is ferocious.
Really
their defense is ferocious.
I heard they're very, very good. I had a chance to take a look at Buffalo last year. Their matchup against the Patriots, I came away very impressed. Some people, some people don't buy in, but I'm basing it on the caliber opposition they facing Buffalo head to head. They were very impressive. It was the Patriot defense, which got that pick on Josh Allen and stopped Buffalo. Buffalo had a shot to beat them. Yeah, they actually had a chance to beat them last year, and I think they're going to pull it off this year.
Yeah.
They're chopping at the bit to win the AFCs. I think they're the favorite team, and then New England's going to be 2. Question is, where will we finish? Will we finish third, or will we finish at the bottom? You know, I want to see us finish at least third, but I think if Darnold plays out a full season, I think the first month could be rough, because we have a rebuilt offensive line. I think by the tail end, if he plays a full season, knowing his tendencies, he tends to really put it together. And I think we're going to finish strong.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, look, the secondary for the Bills is tough. Like you said, White and Hyde, those guys are phenomenal. But I'm looking at their front is so stout. You got guys like Ed Oliver, Jared Hughes, Murphy, Edmonds. I mean, are you concerned about the offensive line going into this game? And do you think the offensive line will be able to hold up and protect Sam?
That's why you got to run the ball. That's why against teams like Buffalo, you have to at least make some attempt to keep them honest. I'm thinking 60-40, run the pass, have some sense of balance, at least make an honest effort at it, Hopefully Gase get his head out his behind and don't go out there being cute and thinking Donald's Dan Marino or Peyton Manning and knowing the state of the offensive line. The offensive line is still gelling. It's going to take them a little while, to try to get on the same page. Because, this COVID really messed up the schedule for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They couldn't take their normal workouts and doing the normal activities. So everything was abbreviated, you know what I'm saying, shortened. Yeah. So what it is, it's going to take these guys a little while to get on the same page. I'm hoping after that first month or so that they start to settle down, and I'm hoping Donald will stay in one piece. Hopefully Gase will run the ball early. Don't try to feature Donald's pass. We know he can do it as far as his arm and capability. Just run it early. Try to keep these teams, the early part of the schedule, try to keep them honest early, and then come with Donald over the top. Play action, bootleg, use his mobility. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Try to exploit his talent in other ways. And then as we go, once the line gets set, the continuity's getting better, Becton's relaxing. I know it's going to be stressful for him early trying to prove himself. He'll get settled in. Then you can go to the normal pass sets more frequently as you go. I say about halfway the season, then you can really see what Donald's capable of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look, I'm right there with you. That was a great take there.
Gradual process. Yeah, it has to be a gradual process. Gase can't get cute out there and think he's just going to throw, Donald Dan Fouts. No, he can't do that. He's going to screw things up pretty badly. And he's going to play right in Buffalo's hands because Buffalo's pass rush is too good. Their corner is too good. He's got to come out and run it, screen it, draw it, run some bootlegs, use Donald's mobility, and mix it up, and then, take his shots here and there. If he catch Buffalo in the man coverage, I say challenge him.
Yeah.
Challenge them anyway. Even though they have great corners, still keep them honest. Let them know we're going to go out there time to time. We will challenge your coverage.
Absolutely. He's also got to Gase to stop being predictable. That old screen on third down. Yeah, everybody knows it's coming, buddy. You need to do something else.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't go out there with a vanilla offense like last year and have Belichick laughing at him. He can't, come out there with some nonsense. He got to act like he is a creative genius that everybody's trying to tell us he is.
Yeah.
And the other Jet fans out there got to stop pretending like Adam Gase is the second coming of Bill Walsh or Tom Landry. He's not. Or Don Shula. He's not. He's a third-tier, fourth-tier coach. We got a lot to prove. To me, in my opinion, this is a make-or-break year.
Yeah,
Gase.
It is.
He needs to put up a shut-up. I don't care about us missing some players or lack of talent. He needs to put up a shut-up this year.
Yeah.
If I was the owner, this would be his last year. He got to show me something. If he can get me to 7-9 with the difficulty of this schedule, 8-8, I'd give him one more shot next year. But if we finish 6-10, 5-11, no, he's got to go.
Whew. Hey, listen, I'm right there with you. I want to get your thoughts on this. We talked about this offense. I want to talk to you about this defense because Greg Williams, we've all been excited about him and the things that he's done here defensively with his scheme. And he's had a lot of guys injured as well. Mosley, we all know Mosley, opted out this season. But last season, Mosley missed pretty much damn near the whole season outside of like 2 games or something like that. But I want to get your thoughts on what could you see him doing against this Bills offense as far as scheming up to try to stop guys like Stephon Diggs and Beasley and, the other weapons that they have? How do you think that he'll be able to attack? And what do you think he should do to try to get pressure on Josh Allen? Is blitzing constantly the right answer?
I can see, what it is? I can see Greg Williams mixing in, because of the matchups, mixing in some man and zone. We can't go pure man because we don't have Reeves, we don't have Aaron Glenn.
Facts.
But I think he's going to mix it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Mix up the looks, go to some zone, mix in a little man-to-man, and he's going to blitz. That's what he should do. He's going to attack. I don't know who's going to spy him since we don't have Adams anymore to have that assignment. I don't know who he's going to decide to spy Josh Allen. Somebody's going to have to spy him. I don't know who that is. Whether it's going to be Marcus May or it could be Davis, who does have a lot of speed and athleticism. So he's going to be handling a big boy and Josh Allen trying to tackle that big guy.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about Quinnen Williams? What are your expectations out of him this season? Because I know there's a lot of fans that are looking at him and saying, hey, you need to be the guy.
Well, Quinnen is a stud. See, the problem with the Jets' defense and the way they built it over the years is they've overemphasized defensive tackle and underemphasized edge. I've been watching football since the 80s. I remember Gastineau, Charles Haley, the next level after that, and the various pass rushing ends, Lawrence Taylor in them. It's always been about edge.
Yep.
People, got caught in the food goal, because of Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is a freak of nature. That's an abnormality.
Yep.
That's more the exception than the rule. And they think that every defensive tackle that's got a little bit of get off can be Aaron Donald. No, Aaron Donald is a freak of nature. He's a rare exception.
Yep.
Quinnen Williams, I think, can be the next level under that and be very, very good. If our edges were strong, basically, we could collapse the pocket by forcing quarterbacks up in the inside in the pocket, right into the lap of Quinnen Williams. That we had good edges, and that's what's really holding us back. It's our edge. It's not the defensive tackle position everybody's talking about. It's the lack of edge rush.
Yeah.
If we had good edge rush, Josh Allen, who came out of last year's draft, if we had good edge rush, our defense would be really good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's crazy? We haven't had an actual pass rusher since John Abraham. Like, think about that.
You're right. It's been too long.
Like, really think about that. Think about how long ago that was. That's insane, isn't it? Like,
Let me ask you, what do you think has been more ridiculous, the lack of the edge rush or the lack of the quarterback? I think both have been pretty dreary, don't you think? I think that's what's really been holding us back.
Yeah, if you talk about franchise-wide, look, the lack of edge rush has been bad, but the lack of offensive production, the lack of quarterback, it's been horrific.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the thing is that, especially in today's league, right? You can if your defense is trash, you can still win. We've seen teams do it. We've seen teams have complete garbage ass offenses, and garbage ass defenses, and their offense just drags them to playoffs. We've seen teams do it, and so for us to have such an archaic offense for years and years is ridiculous.
Yeah. Which is really the new wave of the new NFL, you know, since Peyton Manning and Tom Brady arrived on the scene. You know, it's more about the quarterback position, right? You know, now you're right. It really has changed, and then the implementation of that salary cap has made it a lot more complicated.
Yeah,
I really want us to beat Buffalo. I know we're going in, a big underdog. I'm hoping I'll get a opportunity since I'm here in North Carolina. I'm going to be looking for it on 5-stick, looking for the game, see if I can get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
And root for Darnold. I'm going to keep a close eye on him. I want to see him do well. I want to see him look like he's on point. Even if it's tough out there, I want to see him looking crisp, under the huddle, look decisive in what he's doing, and then I'll feel a little bit more at ease going forward, the rest of the season, win or lose against Buffalo,
Yeah, and you listen, you brought the fire. You're a hell of a caller. Thank you for calling in. So one of my last questions to you is going to be, who do you think will score the first touchdown of the year for the Jets?
Don't bet against the Jets. Based on Gase's history, I got to give Gase credit. As far as scripting his plays, if he could just script 60 more or 59 more minutes of plays, he would be exceptional. As far as scripting the earlier half a dozen or 13, 14 play, Gase is really good. I wouldn't be surprised if we score first. If we get the ball first, I would not be surprised if Darnold looks crisp, Le'Veon Bell is getting off on the ground, mixing it up, and we score first. I say the Jets.
Okay.
The Jets will score first.
Okay. And give me your final score. What's your prediction?
The rest of it can turn kind of muddled, but I think the Jets will score first.
So what's your prediction for the game?
As they say, you're supposed to root for your team. I mean, my spirit is with the Jets, of course.
Keep it real.
But
keep it real. We keep it real on this show.
My head, to be honest, I think, you know what? I think it's going to be. It could be as much as double-digit score for them. I said 28-9. I think maybe 3 field goals. I think it's going to be rough.
28-9.
I hope I'm wrong on it.
28-9.
I think Buffalo's going to win.
Okay. 28-9 Buffalo?
I just think with the injuries with us and our offensive line still gelling, and even though I think Darnold will recover, if he plays a full year, we won't even recognize him. By late this year, he won't even be the same quarterback. He's going to look like everything we want him to look like, but just not early because of the state of his line. It's going to make it a little rough.
Okay. Well, listen, man, I want to thank you for calling in.
And I really enjoyed talking to you, Joe.
Yeah.
And I look forward to talking to you again.
Absolutely, and I want to thank you for calling in, man, and it was a great talk. Next show, I want to hear from you, my friend.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I will be talking. Will this be your regular time slot on weekends, hopefully?
Yeah, it's gonna change around a little bit, but you'll definitely be notified. I'm going to put it all over my social media. I'll do videos, all kinds of stuff, so you will know. But, yeah, this is around the same time that I'm going to be doing it, though. All right, thank you so much, man.
It's a pleasure and an honor, Joe. You take care, buddy.
All right, you have a good one. Now. You have a good night.
You too now. Bye-bye.
Man, what a call right there. Calling all the way from the Carolinas. I mean, absolute fire. He brought it. A lot of great takes out of him as well. I was really impressed. Very, very impressed, especially with the way that he talked about utilizing Le'Veon Bell in the offense and how he should be fed. Had great takes on Sam Darnold as well. Very high on Darnold. And he brought up a great point about how, hey, now because of the Roro and everything we got going because of that, things may kind of sputter starting out. There may be a couple issues. No preseason games. Practices was kind of up and down. Maybe guys are just kind of out of sorts, but towards the end of the season, we'll start to see things kind of get together and roll in. So maybe that's something that we'll see out of there. So we're going to go to the phone lines in a second. 954-646, you guys are coming up. But I want to hit this chat really quickly because, again, I am live streaming, okay? If you're in the chat, all right, and you're talking to me, I'm going to talk back, okay? So I'm going up, and just John right now just says, I think the defense is going to be better than last year. Maybe not statistically because Jamal is gone and you won't get those flashy plays, but there's more depth everywhere, especially a DB. I mean, that's a solid take there. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Ash says, my biggest fear of Sam is him becoming shell-shocked. I could see that. That's something I talked about last season when he was getting hit a lot. I said, hey, there's two things that usually happen to quarterbacks that take beatings the way he's taking beatings. One is either you get shell-shocked and you become wildly inaccurate and you just don't know what's going on. I use Carr with the Texans. I remember him. He was getting beat up a lot, and he was just never the same QB. He just couldn't get it out of his head. He would start to see ghosts. We heard about, Sam Darnold seeing ghosts against the Patriots, and that was one game where he was getting hit from left to right. Another thing that happens to QBs that get hit a lot is they get hurt. You look at guys like Andrew Luck, I think is a great example of that. The Colts really hung him out to dry. No offensive line, no protection at first. He was taking a lot of hits. They finally got him a guard, but the injuries and the hits had took so much of a toll on him. What did he do? He said, you know what? I'm pushing my way away from the table, and I'm walking away. We saw Andrew Luck retire, when a lot of people were looking at, hey, he's in his prime, and he was gone. Mike Domsing says, hey, it's good to see you back talking Jets. Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I'm great to be back talking Jets with y'all. So, and he also says here, fielding the great and expect the young guys to step up. I like Cashman's speed from the sideline to sideline. Listen, Cashman, he's going to be put in a big spot this week, especially with Avery Williamson not playing. He's going to be the guy filling in there with Neville Hewitt. We've got to see what they can bring to the table, man. So we'll see what happens there. But now I'm going to cut the chat. I'm going to go back to the lines here. 954, you're next up. Man, give me your name and tell me where you're from. What's your thoughts about this matchup with the Bills?
Hi, this is Dale from Florida.
Hey, Dale, how's it going, man?
Here, and we got everything's going good. We have a storm over here, but there's going to be a storm up in Buffalo tomorrow.
Okay.
Listen, Jets fans that call Joe, please, with your predictions, it has to be a Jet victory.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come here and say, that you're going that they're going to go to Buffalo and that they're going to lose, and they're going to lose. What I think is, Sam Darnold, when he plays against Buffalo, he always has like 2 or 3 big plays.
Mm-hmm.
So with him, hopefully Gase will have him, moving around the pocket where he could create stuff. Having Chris Herndon back, that's where, besides, using Bell, that's where we need to attack those linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
We need to attack the linebackers in space with with Chris Herndon, Bell, because Bell needs to get touches.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course that they're gonna load up the box, to stop Bell in the running game. So hopefully this new improved offensive line can stand up and they can open up the holes, for Bell.
Yeah.
But they need to attack those linebackers in space.
Well, first off, I want to thank you for calling in. I hear you. I'm right there with you. I want to see us attack them, but I'm also a little worried as well because, like you're saying, Buffalo, those linebackers, they're not trash. This defense is not bad at all. This is one of the better defenses in the league, and I understand you're talking about attacking the backers, but do they got a front that can get after it? I don't think it's just going to be as easy as a lot of people or some Jets fans are trying to make it seem. You got guys like Jerry Hughes, Ed Oliver, Tremaine Edmonds breathing down your neck. We've got to get these guys blocked. And so that's my first question to you is, hey, do you think that we'll be able to keep these guys off of Sam? And do you think the offensive line will be able to hold up to let the plays develop? Because this Bills front is monstrous.
It's monstrous, but you know what? This offensive line, on paper, on paper, is way better than the stuff we had last year. Because those guys, I mean, were trash. I mean, as you know, offensively, we were, like in the bottom. So it all starts up front with this new offensive line, where Joe Douglas got, 7 new guys. And I believe that they're going to hold up. I believe that this team has a chip on their shoulder, starting from the quarterback, to the last guy, on the roster. This team has a chip on their shoulder because everybody's counting them out, and hopefully finally Sam Darnold, could play a full season.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he could play a full season, and you can hear, that he was, training hard and practicing and just football. I think that he's going to take that next step. I mean, a lot of people are counting this team out. I think that this team will surprise a lot of people, this year. And I mean, against Buffalo, yeah, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
But I still believe that they just to pull it out. They'll pull it out. I'm looking at 23-17 Jets.
Ooh.
That's what I'm looking at.
23-17 Jets.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
Who scores the first touchdown of the season for you?
The first, it'll be Sam Darnold to Chris Herndon.
Okay. Hey, he's going Jets. That's what he's saying. He's thinking the Jets are going to take it. Look, I hear you.
It's going to be a close game, but I believe that Sam has enough, to make enough plays to go up there in Buffalo and beat them.
Okay, look.
Because hey, Josh Allen, what he is a very good running quarterback with a strong arm. He's not accurate at all. With him, defensively, all you got to do with him is move him off the pocket and force him to throw, not have him standing still. Make him move, like get him off his spot. Once you get him off his spot, he's not accurate at all.
Well, look, and I hear you.
And that's what I see.
I hear you, but once you get him off his spot, especially if there's a lane open, he's going to take off running. Like, that's his thing. He's going to take off running, and we know he makes plays with his feet, so guys got to corral to the ball and get there.
But that's where Greg Williams, I mean, the guy is a master making schemes. Watch out for Ashton Davis. Watch out for Ashton Davis because he's going to, I think, put him sort of, in packages like the way he did with Jamal Adams because this kid's fast. And they've been raving about him in camp. So with him, I think if he doesn't start whatever, he will be in packages where he's going to be moving around because the kid is pretty fast, sideline to sideline. Mm-hmm. So, of course, they know that Josh Allen's strength is running with the ball, but they will cover the lanes. I like I said, I truly believe, that we're going to go up there and we're going to upset the Buffalo Bills.
Okay. Hey, look, and listen, I hear you. You picked the Jets to win. I respect it. I'm a little worried because there's some issues, especially when you talk about the injuries we have. No Mims, but, hey, it is what it is. We got to go up there, right?
Yeah, but Mims, though, we're all counting him. I mean, he hardly practiced. So yes. Hopefully, once he comes off the IR, if they put him in the IR, hopefully now both hamstrings will be healthy. But he hasn't practiced. So, Malone, he was making plays, like during practice. So
yeah, but
that they brought him up.
You got to start wondering, though.
Chemistry.
You got to start wondering.
Huh?
You got to start wondering, even with Mims out. You're looking at the offense and you're saying, "Hey, where's the explosion?" That's the big thing for me is where's the explosion? Perryman? Who's the guy? Bashad Perryman he's a journeyman guy at first round bust. I understand you're going to bring up the numbers from last year with Perryman. Perryman was playing in a video game offense up there in Tampa with two really good wide receivers. And I understand he put up those numbers at the end of the year, but those were numbers at the end of the year. We are not in Tampa. We are here with Adam Gase, and we playing in New York.
So I say now.
Go ahead.
Well, you just mentioned Adam Gase. I mean, that's like the only.
I mean, was that the buzzword for you?
Wait.
He is the coach.
Wait, hold on a second. I think now you messed me up, man, because I wasn't thinking about Adam Gase, man.
I served you up with that one, didn't I?
I'll tell you what.
Gase.
Listen, no. You messed me up there. You messed me up because I'll tell you what. When we had that opening, and I'm like, wow, you know what? Okay, I think Chris Johnson's gonna, probably maybe go college. You know what I'm saying? But when he signed Adam Gase, I felt like someone just like punched me in the face, man. I'm like, oh my God. Because listen, I live in Florida, so I saw everything he did, with Miami, and it's the same thing with like the injuries, like they had like the injury bug over there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I seen it, and when I saw that he was the head coach, I'm like, oh my God, forget it.
Yeah,
Adam Gase. I mean, I have no faith in him. I truly. I mean, hopefully, listen. You know what? He did come out. And he did say, that last year he messed up, with the offense. He messed up with Bell. So you hope that a guy that's been in the league already as a head coach for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
5 years. Hopefully you learn from your mistakes. So that's like the only positive thing that I'm hoping and thinking that Adam Gase himself, he looked at the film. He saw, the way he coached, whatever, and he knows that he messed up. So hopefully, he changes and he uses Bell correctly. The offense, where, like you mentioned, it's, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15, and he's throwing a screen. No, that's not going to cut it. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to cut it. You need to attack the field. Yeah, no, you don't do a screen. I mean, come on. It's 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 10. I mean, everybody's like, oh, a screen, really? I mean, come on. I mean, so you have to, open. I mean, like I said, the only light at the end of the tunnel that I'm looking at, it just maybe, hopefully, that the guy came out to the media, admitted that he messed up last year.
Yeah.
And then he's going to make some changes. So you hope, because if not, Joe Douglas has set it up for next year with all the cap space, all that draft capital. And if this guy fails again, I mean, my first choice would be the offensive coordinator from Kansas City.
Oh, yeah,
the
Eric
enemy.
B.
I mean,
for sure.
Eric B. I mean, that would be my first choice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, boom, that's it. But you know what? Let's see how this year plays out. I think this team has a chip on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're fired up. I mean, I believe tomorrow they're gonna go. It's gonna be a close, tough game. They just will pull it out.
Yeah,
I think just will pull it out.
Okay.
I think Sam Darnold will make. Listen, Joe. Sam Darnold will make more plays than Josh Allen. Write that down, bro.
With his arm, absolutely.
Write that down.
Yeah. Well, listen, it was a great call. You brought a lot of fire. You brought a lot of fire, my man, and I want to thank you for calling in. I'll go live again. I want to hear from you again, man. I want you to have a good night.
All right.
All right.
You too. You too, Joe. Take care, man.
Same to you, man. Peace. Man, what a call. I tell you what, he was all Jets. He was ready to go, and then I brought up, Gase. That broke the spell, didn't it? the magic word. Gase. And then it was, oh my God. But look, I understand, a lot of Jets fans have us taking this. I'm going to wait till towards the end of the show to really give my prediction. But, I'm looking at this Bills team. And like I said, this is a team that is definitely going to be competing, to win the division. For me, in my mind, I'm looking at the situation. I think they're pretty much ahead of a lot of the teams, especially talent-wise. And they're really set up to go far. You know what I'm saying? They've really set themselves up well with Josh Allen as well, too. They've set him up well for success. So, They put the weapons around him. I don't think he's very good, but let me tell you, they've given him so many weapons that it's almost like, dude, he's just got to go out there and get it to the right guy, and that's it. So, oh man. So we're gonna get back to these lines in a second. 646, you're gonna be up next. But I want to talk to this chat because, again, I am live streaming. I know everyone's listening. Most people are listening on Blog Talk, but I also got my live stream going because I am streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, various platforms. So I'm going to get to this chat really quickly, and I'm going to go right here to Eddie Deanna. He says, Joe, can't help but feel like both the Bills and now the Fins have passed us in a rebuild. Thoughts? Listen, Eddie, first off, I want to thank you for tuning in, my friend. I hear you. I hear you there, and I can see your point. When you look at the situation with the Bills, like I just got done talking about the way that they set, Allen up for success, his offense, the things they put around him in the cheap years, they've really put him in a position to take the franchise, take it a step forward and compete before they have to really pay him. I mean, last year, everyone was saying, hey, you don't have the weapon. You don't have the number one guy. Cole Beasley, John Brown, good wide receivers, but not guys that you can really count on to go to when things break down. You guys don't have a real, legitimate weapon. And they said, oh, really? We're going to invest and go ahead and get Stephon Diggs from the Vikings. Boom. Boom. Because the defense, ready to go. Nobody has questions about that defense. It was, hey, in the crutch, when you're in the playoffs and you need a guy that you need to go to right now, does Josh Allen have that guy? And everybody was saying, not really. And they went and got him. And you look at the Fins are building. They're coached extremely well. That coach they got over there, I mean, he smacked us once last season as well and almost beat us again, too. If it wasn't for a pass interference call, we would have lost that game, too. We would have lost 2 games to the Dolphins, a team that was a full-blown rebuild that was just completely being inspired by a coach that was over there just bringing the fire to all those players and had them hyped up, ready to run through a wall. So, I look at this situation, especially with the Fins, with the young QB. I could see what you're saying, man. I really feel your comment there. I'm looking at next guy commenting, uses Gene. He says, I'm afraid this game will come down to kickers. I do not trust Ficken. I know there's some Jets fans that kind of feel the same way. His kicking was decent last year, but we'll see what he's bringing. It could come down, especially with as ugly as it's going to be. Supposedly the weather is not going to be very good. It really could be kind of a close, muddy, ugly game where it could come down to kickers, and it might be in Ficken's hands. So we'll kind of see how it goes. So I'm going to get right back to these callers, though. 646, we are coming directly to you. State your name and where you're from.
Hey, Joe, it's your boy Gangrene David on the line. How's it going, man?
What's going on, David, man? Thank you for calling in. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I'm just enjoying a nice casual Saturday night after I had a nice lit night last night. But I'm so incredibly
Be careful, David. Don't get too lit.
Back.
Be careful, man. Don't get too lit out there. You know what I'm saying? I know you like to party. Don't get too lit.
I'm
Be
21,
careful,
man.
Be careful, you know what I'm saying? But what are your thoughts about this game coming up with the Bills, man?
Well, I stated in all my preview video yesterday, this is a matchup where you're going up against a very tough Buffalo Bills team that's essentially favored to win the AFC East. They have a very tough defense with a lot of playmakers such as Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. They also have a really solid front seven that can get to the quarterback. Guys like Ed Oliver, Trent Murphy as well, Jerry Hughes, who I think is one of the more underrated pass rushers in the league. They have some playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, and their offense massively upgraded with Stephon Diggs, and it opened up a lot more options for the Buffalo Bills to kind of work with in terms of getting the ball to their playmakers, such as John Brown, Cole Beasley, 2 very solid wide receivers. You also got a young running back in Devin Singletary. So as of right now, you look at this Buffalo Bills team, they're coming off a phenomenal year, and they're out to make a tough statement this year with a very tough schedule ahead of them for themselves. So going into the Jets side of things, it's almost a similar scenario to last year where I think it could be a very defensive game in my opinion, but I think it could come down to the point where the Bills maybe have a touchdown to kind of seal things off. So the Jets are going to have to do a lot in this game. They got hit with the injury bug. Denzel Mims is out. That is devastating. Avery Williamson's also out with an injury as well. So now it gives the Bills opportunities to run up the middle with Singletary.
Yeah.
So I think going into this game, if you're a Jet fan, you're going to have to hope to God that the offense can come out guns a-blazing. I think that's definitely going to be key to the game. You're going to have to get the run game involved as best you possibly can. Le'Veon Bell has to play a very, very critical role because he is right now the best offensive weapon you've got. You also got to protect. I mean, we've been barking for this since 2018, but with the new offensive line, now they're being put to the test, so you've got to see how they gel together against this front four. And then on the defense side of the ball, you got to win the turnover battle, and please, you got to score off the turnovers.
Yeah.
If you go back to last year's 16-point choke job, the Jets failed to score off the 4 turnovers that they had. They only had 6 points off 4 turnovers.
Yep.
You knew any sort of shot that's how you would lose the game. Any team like the Jets, of course, would lose a game after forcing 4 turnovers because they failed to take advantage of those turnovers and score off of them. So those are just my raw keys to the game. There's so much more. Yeah,
there is, and you're already bringing a fire there, David. But I want to get your thoughts on this because you talked about protection. What are your thoughts about Becton, though? Because I'm kind of a guy. Look, I understand he's extremely talented. You know, he's a big physical guy. But, again, he's a rookie. He's got to get used to the speed of the game. But because of the conditions that we're in, no preseason games. So it's just immediately straight to the Bills with a stout front. We talked about Ed Oliver and all the other guys they have up front. Are you concerned about him going into this game, and are you worried that he might kind of struggle against this Bills in their front because they're going to absolutely bring it at him?
Well, Ed Oliver is a defensive tackle, I believe, so they're probably going to line up Ed Oliver on the inside, so I don't really see him
they move him
matching
around
with Mekhi Becton.
They move him around a lot.
They might, but I don't know. I kind of see more Jerry Hughes and guys like Trent Murphy playing off the edge, but that doesn't matter. In terms of Mekhi Becton, when we drafted him, I kind of got ripped a little bit because I wanted Tristan Wirfs, and I thought that was a safer pick. And I'm not saying that I hated the Mekhi Becton pick. Mm-hmm. It's just that it wasn't my first choice because this is a player that's got a boom or bust note written all over him because the guy is huge. He's massive, and he is incredibly physical. You cannot teach that kind of strength to anybody. But you look at his days back in Louisville, he played in a very quick pass offense kind of type. So now you're wondering how could that maybe benefit his play style if you're Adam Gase, are you going to run a similar kind of style to kind of benefit his game? But this is a player, like I said, he is physical, but he does kind of slack off a little bit in terms of leverage, technique, and footwork because when you go to the NFL, you go to these edge rushers, they're incredibly all around. They can move right past you with their swim moves, their spin moves, or even their bull rushes. Bull rush may not be too much of a problem. It's more of the swim or spin moves that can kind of test his leverage and his technique a little bit as a blocker. So Mekhi Becton is going to basically be essentially any rookie, especially at the offensive tackle position. I can't expect all pro results out of him in his first year. I don't want to say that's a little bit unrealistic, but when you said it best, though, when you had no preseason, you had no OTAs in minicamp, and you only have so much time to get acclimated into an NFL system, then you're going to expect those learning curves and growing pains to come. So if Mekhi Becton could work on that leverage and technique, then I think he's going to make out to be a very good left tackle in the NFL. And he's also got to cut down on the weight. Even weight was definitely an issue, but it looks like he's been doing that as well. So you kind of look at his performance around training camp. He did have a little bit of questionable moments there where Jordan Jenkins went right past him. Quinnen Williams, I think, also went right past him on a play as well. So I think Becton's got a bit to work on, but if he does, I think he can be a very good left tackle in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm looking to see, what he does this year because my thing is he's going to be tested all year. I brought it up earlier. We have a host of teams with really good pass rushers, and he's going to face a lot of them. KC with Chris Jones and Frank Clark, I think, is still there. We're also going to play others. Seahawks have guys that can get after it. We play, just various, the Niners. We got the Niners coming up sometime this year as well, I believe. So he's going to be tested all throughout this year. He's going to see a lot of different guys. Go ahead.
We play the Niners in the second week of the season.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be crazy. But just staying with the offense, because you talked about the guys up front, you talked about Le'Veon Bell and getting him the ball, and one of the guys, if not the guy, that is in the most control of that is Adam Gase. Man, we've had a lot of callers tonight. Some have been really up and down about how they feel about Gase. What are your expectations for him coming into this season?
Well, I mean, you got to step up. I mean, there's no Gase. I mean, you're in your second year with the Jets. You have a third-year quarterback. You have an all-pro running back. It is your job as an offensive guru, quote-unquote, to maximize the talent of your players. And the Jets fans and other fans really aren't confident in this guy is because he's failed to do that for years, especially you go back to the Miami Dolphins. All the talent that was under his regime actually excelled in other systems when he was gone. So you look at how he's supposed to use Le'Veon Bell, and I said it earlier. Le'Veon Bell is expected to have a very critical role in this offense because he's the best player on your offense right now. And all the headlines are going to come out in terms of how Adam Gase and Le'Veon Bell are not on the same page. They have a very bitter relationship, and Adam Gase didn't want him, yada yada yada, etc. So I think if you're a Jet fan, you're wondering, can Adam Gase and Le'Veon Bell finally get on the same page? I think that's going to be a very, very huge key for this because if Le'Veon Bell is heavily misused again, then we could be in major trouble. This is an all-pro running back who, in my opinion, he's still got that all-pro caliber in him. He did have a little bit of a down year last year, but he's motivated. He's slimmed down. He's got a lot of muscle. He's in the best shape of his life, and he's ready to go out there and make a statement. And if Adam Gase isn't going to let him take advantage of that, then I don't know what else to say, really. I mean, this is just a coach that really just can't maximize the talent of an all-pro running back.
Yeah. I mean, you said it all right there. I mean, the fact that you have a guy that is as talented as Le'Veon is, and you can't, you couldn't find a way to really get the ball in his hands last year, or you just refused to at times. We saw that where there was a time where he gave Bilal Powell more carries at one point than he was giving Le'Veon Bell, and it was like, what is going on here? But my biggest thing for Adam Gase as well is adjustments. He needs to I get the utilization of personnel. I get that. That's definitely not one of his strong points, but he needs to figure out how to make adjustments during a game. Do not come out in the second half the same way you looked in the first half. I need to see you switch it up because let me tell you something. This Bills defensive staff, the guys they got over there, they get after it. And if he can smell blood in the water and he can see that you're doing the same stuff, they're going to sniff that out and blow you up for it. What are your thoughts about that, David?
Well, I mean, like you pretty much mentioned it best. I mean, the Bills have a lot of talented playmakers on the defense side of the ball, and adjustment is key. And you need to run as unpredictable of an offense as you possibly can, because if you don't get a run game going, then your offense becomes predictable. You go back to that Bills game last year where we unfortunately blew the 16-point lead. The offense was incredibly, and you look at that Bills front seven, they were tipping a lot of passes. That's another concern that I have going into this game is that you're going to get passes tipped. You're going to get Sam Darnold rattled, and it's good, and it's going to get Adam Gase nervous in his shoes. And before you know it, he's going to start getting desperate, and he's going to start making decisions out of his ass instead of his head. Yeah. So that is a huge concern going with this defense there.
Yeah, it is, and it's a big concern with me. So I'm going to touch on the defense with you as well. How concerned are you about the secondary going up against Stephon Diggs? These corners are going to be tested. Do you think they'll be able to slow him down and stop him?
Well, I mean, right now you look at the secondary. Pierre Desir, I think he was coming off an injury a little bit, so you're going to have to see if he can actually be healthy. I mean, I know this is a cornerback who really matched up well with DeAndre Hopkins throughout his time with Indianapolis at certain points. And he had a very solid 2018 before having a down 2019 year. So you here to be your number one cornerback. And if you're going to if you're going to match him up with Stephon Diggs most of the game, then you're going to have to wonder, can Desir actually utilize his man-to-man coverage skills to keep up with Diggs, because Diggs is a very speedy wide receiver that can create separation. That's the thing there. The second thing, I mean, Brown and Beasley are another shifty, speedy guys that get open over the middle. So if I'm Greg Williams, zone coverage off the linebackers back a bit, kind of actually bait Josh Allen a little bit into making certain decisions that can force turnovers, because that's part of the reason how he forced those 4 turnovers. 2 of them came off incredibly bad decisions by Josh Allen. So I think if I'm Greg Williams, I think you definitely can use your linebackers too, dropping back into coverage too. And you're going to have to rely on your front 4 to kind of, generate some sort of pressure and, maybe kind of create a small pocket for Josh Allen.
Yeah. And this has been a phenomenal call with you, David. So my last question for you is going to be, what is your prediction for the game, man? Give me a score.
I'm going to say 27-13 Buffalo.
27-13 Buffalo. Hey, you said it. Listen, David, man, it's been phenomenal. This was a great call from you. Loved hearing from you, man. I hope when I stream next time, when I go up, man, I need to hear from you again, man. It's always great to talk Jets with you.
Well, absolutely. Feelings mutual. I got to have you back on a live stream of mine. Hopefully Adam Gase doesn't take over your computer next time.
Yeah, man, he tried to get me out of there, man. But before I let you go ahead and give out your social media and all your, your platform and stuff like that. Everything you're doing on YouTube, because you're doing a lot of good stuff.
I appreciate that. Well, I am on social media. I am on YouTube. I am Gangrene David on YouTube. I do a lot of Jet content myself. I will be going live for the Jet Bill game tomorrow, so that's definitely going to be some fun. You can follow me on Twitter at GangreneDavid1. You can follow me on TikTok at GangreneDavid1. And, I definitely respond to all you guys. So that's pretty much that. So if you guys want to check out my videos as well, definitely check them out. You wouldn't be disappointed.
Yeah. As well as David. Hey, man, thank you again for calling in, bro. You have a good night.
Of course, Joe. Have a good night, and let's hope for a good game tomorrow. Hold your breath.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You have a good one. Listen, Gangrene David calling in with fire, okay? This is a guy that does a lot on YouTube as well. A lot of great videos, brought a lot of good, points and takes today. Like he said, a lot of people are kind of echoing the same sentiments. Listen, Adam Gase is a guy that's got to step up, got to show up, got to, do a better job at all phases of his job. The offense has got to be better. He's got to be a better coach. He's got to utilize offensive personnel better. He's got to be able to adjust. He's got to come in and put together a game plan that's really going to kind of put the Bills on their heels a little bit and not get predictable. He's got to do all those things. And one of the other things that he touched on as well is, hey, they've got the Jets linebackers also got to match up as well. They got to go out there on defense, and they got to make sure that they get after, these Bills offensive players. There's some guys out there, like I keep telling people, listen, the Bills are not a joke. They're serious business, all right? There's absolute serious business. So we're going to keep with the callers just a second. 973, you're going to be up next, but I got to get back to this chat, okay? Because, again, I am live streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and various other platforms. And so this chat is lit right now. There's a lot of people in here, and they want to talk Jets, so I'm getting right back to it. You look at Browmaster. Browmaster says the Bills have a ridiculous amount of defensive talent and added Diggs. I think they're winning this game, to be honest. Hey, listen, Browmaster coming with his takes. He's letting you know the Bills are ridiculously talented, and he's feeling a certain way about it. Eugene's says, hey, coaches make adjustments, period. That's a fact, Gene. That's an absolute fact. Good coaches make adjustments. They don't just sit around and just let things happen and just not do anything about them. You've got to see something that's going on out there. You make an adjustment so that you don't lose. We all hate the Patriots. We talk about it constantly. Guess what? The Patriots make adjustments. That's been their calling card for forever. That's literally how they've won Super Bowls. They come out, they look one way, they go in, they come out in the second quarter, they look completely different. They go in, they come out in the third quarter, they look completely different than they did in the first and the second, and they come out in the fourth and they just put you away. That's literally the Patriot way. That's literally the Patriot way, you know what I'm saying? So we have to make adjustments. If we're trying to win games, if we're trying to do things in this league, if we're trying to take a step forward, you've got to adjust. If you can't adjust in this league, you're dead in the water. TJ Decker in the chat says, but can Allen actually connect with Diggs? Look, he said he threw a fit when Cousins was not throwing him the ball. Listen, can Allen actually connect with Diggs? Diggs is a great wide receiver. We'll see that connection. Allen is, inaccurate, but I think that Diggs is one hell of a wide receiver, and he's going to find a way to get open. So TJ also says, Joe, love what you're doing, man. Stay on the grind, bro. Thank you again, TJ, for watching, man. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the kind words, man. I'm going to keep doing what I do. So thank you again, man. So now we're going to go back to the calls. You know what I'm saying? Chat, keep doing your thing. But I got to get back to these calls because I got to talk to the people. So next caller coming up, 973. It is your time. Give me your name and where you're from.
How do you do, sir?
Hey, how's it going, man? Where are you from? What's your name?
Louis from New Jersey.
Okay, Louis, man, how's everything going? What are your thoughts on this matchup with the Jets and the Bills, bro?
Division rivalry. What a way to start the season.
Yeah.
Well, Buffalo has a lot of weapons, but the Jets, I saw, a lot of improvement from last season in the second half. So I think they got something to build on. As long as Gase can become more of a better coach, like they said, because he has to make some adjustments. And of course our starter, but if he doesn't do well this season, I think he's going to be his way out. Of course, talking about Sammy, he had a little bit of rough spots in the first half of the season, with the bout with mono, and then claiming he saw a ghost, which I think was generally from the mono, because I think he was hallucinating. But once the second half of the season got started, I think he found his way, and I think that he has something to build on.
Mm-hmm.
So, though I think Buffalo is going to win tomorrow, it's not going to be a rout. I mean, I think the Jets are going to make it a very competitive game. These teams know each other all too well. They know their strategies. They can feel each other. Not literally, of course, but, in a football sense.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a highly competitive game.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I do think it's going to be, it could definitely absolutely turn out to be a highly competitive game, especially with the weather playing a factor.
Yeah.
If it's getting as ugly as it gets. But I want to get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on Mims being out? How do you think that will impact the offense?
Well, when you have a start of your offense that could be out, that could be a factor. I don't think it's going to do much damage, but it might cause a little bit of a problem in the game. But I think the Jets will work through that.
Yeah.
I think our biggest problem is we need to find a safety, because where our safety left, that was a big problem.
Yeah.
But he has problems with games and whatnot. Like, okay, if you don't want to be able to, fine, go to the West Coast. You're their problem now, buddy.
Yeah.
See you.
Yeah. You look. I know everybody loves Jamal Adams, but I also
we need a good safety.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got Marcus May. He's a guy that I think can step up and step in. He's definitely got to show up and stay healthy this season, which I think the health thing has kind of been overblown with him. He's been here 3 seasons. He's been healthy 2 seasons. He's only missed, a bit of time, or a lot of time, in 1 season. So I think the health thing is kind of overblown with him a little bit. But, he's a guy that's versatile and can be moved around within the scheme. And that's what I want to talk to you about as well as the defense. I'm wondering about the pass rush. Where do you think we're actually going to be able to manufacture a pass rush from? Because guess what? Josh Allen is a guy that if you just leave him sitting back there, he can make a play or two. You know what I'm saying? If you just let him just stand back there for a long time, maybe he connects with the guy. I mean, how do you think that we're going to actually be able to get to Josh Allen? Would blitzing a lot be effective for you?
It could be, because I think our weak spot was our defense last year. So if we can work on that, I think we're gonna have a much easier time over the course of the season.
Yeah.
Because our defense was a little shabby last year. I've always been concerned about that. Our offense is fine, but our defense, that's another story.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I hear you. First off, I want to thank you for calling in, man. But so my final question for you is...
Oh, my pleasure.
What is your final prediction for the Jets versus Bills, man? Give me a score and give me the winner.
Okay, Bills 112, the Jets 3. No, I'm kidding. No. 27-24, and I'm going to go on this, but I'm thinking it might be overtime.
Okay. 27-24. Who takes it?
You were saying that, but I think that. Well, Buffalo, and not to sound like I am a Bills fan, because I am not.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have the Bills picked for the Super Bowl. I mean, they're going to win the division, no question. The Jets will make a strong case though for the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
So can't factor that. It's going to be a very good season for these two teams in the AFC, because Miami is Miami, of course, and with what's his name gone from the Patriots, as I like to call them, or I should have said them, as the case may be, I don't think we're going to see them as competitive as we have in recent years.
Well, listen. Look.
I can't say the Patriots.
Look, I hear you, and listen, I understand people want to doubt the Patriots. Let me tell you something. I will never count them out. I don't until Belichick is gone. Until that whole everybody that is has ever been involved with what they put together is gone, I will never count them out. I feel like every single season people say the same thing about the Patriots, no matter what talent is there. They're not going to win. They're not going to the playoffs. They won't do this. They won't do that. And then next thing you know, what happens? The end of the season, they're in the Super Bowl, or they're one game out of the Super Bowl, or, you know what I'm saying, a play away. And it's like, whoa, what was all these predictions from earlier in the season when they weren't supposed to be anywhere, and boom, they're here. Listen, they're too well coached. You know, they scout too well. They're just, they do things so well. They understand the business of football better than damn near any football team in the league. They just get it. So I hate the Patriots, but I've learned quite a bit from them, just watching the way that they do business, and I will never count them out. But again, man, I want to thank you for calling in. It was a great call, man. Listen, when I live stream next time, I definitely want to hear from you, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Well, hold on. Before you go, there is one thing I'd like to mention. I have a show of my own, actually.
Go ahead.
It comes on before yours.
Yeah.
On Saturdays. It's called the Enhanced Sports Show.
Okay.
Doesn't cost you anything, except in your mind. I'm on Saturdays 5 to 7 p.m. East Coast time. The number to call is 512-543-4662. Number again is 512-543-4662, and we handle almost everything in the world of sports, including the NFL.
All right. Well, thank you so much again for calling in, man. You have a good night.
Thank you.
Whew. What a great call, man. He came in, he brought his fire as well. Had a lot coming. He talked about a lot of different things, particularly around the league. Hey, he took the Bills. There's been a lot of people tonight, have taken the Bills. There's been some Jets fans as well that have taken the Jets in a shocker, but a lot of people calling in, saying, hey, the Jets, I think we're going to look decent, but this is just not going to be our week, not with everything we got going on. So I'm going to keep going to the calls. We got some time left here, but I'm going to hit this chat as well. I'm not going to ignore my guys in the chat. So I'm going to get to the chat really quickly. Gene again in the chat says, honestly, how nervous were we every week before playing Adam Gase? Before playing an Adam Gase Miami Dolphins offense, were we ever nervous? Gene, let me tell you something. Okay, I remember those days. All right, let me tell you something about those days. When we do pre-shows for that, people will call in and be laughing at Adam Gase. We were absolutely laughing at him and his offense and the team and everything else. So if you want to talk about that, that is what it is. So Vincent Cazillo, he says, hey, the Patriots were 11-5 with Matt Castle. That's true. That's why I say, hey, listen, you never count them out. A lot of people are saying, hey, Brady's not there anymore. Their time's over. Listen, I never count them out. I've seen them do that. And not only were they 11-5 with him, he was throwing 300-yard games. I think he had more than 300-yard games a couple times, too. He was on the league up. They make adjustments. They fit their scheme around their players. So it is what it is. What I'm saying? Gene says again, it's crazy how fans are sleeping on the Pats. Stop it. Until we beat them and our QB doesn't see ghosts playing them, we shouldn't clown them as if they are beneath us. I hate the Patriots, but it is what it is. Again, going back to the chat, I'm Just John says they also went 2-0 with Garoppolo and 1-1 with Jacoby Brissett in his rookie year. Listen, the Patriots, like I said, they make adjustments. Before we start dumping on the Patriots, we need to figure out, what we got going on here. I mean, this is definitely not a Patriots show. I can't stand them, but I do respect what they've done in the league, and I do not count them out. So with that said, I'm going to get away from the chat for a second. I'm going to get back to the calls. 202, you are up next. I need to hear from you, my friend. Give me your name and where you are from.
I'm Nate from Virginia.
Okay.
I'm a Bills fan, so.
Okay. Listen. This is a Jets show, but I'll tell you what, you are welcomed here. You know what I'm saying? I love talking football with everybody, and I want to thank you for calling in because you are from another fan base. That means a lot to me. So give me your thoughts on this Jets Bills game we got coming up from a Bills fan perspective.
I've been seeing, Buffalo Fanatics. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but, we're getting a little cocky in the comments. Like, last year we had the Jets. We had the Jets week 1, and people thought the Jets would just come in and beat us. And, I'm scared that's going to happen this year, the reverse. You know what I'm saying? If we think we get too cocky, the Jets could come up. They're a sneaky team.
Yeah.
They got some solid players. Perriman's not bad. And, Le'Veon hopefully looking for a bounce back year. Got big old Becton, so I'm just a little scared, but I think we're gonna come away with the dub. So
yeah,
just very close, 10-point maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so but as a Bills fan, when you take your defense and match it up with our offense, where do you think your strong points are? How do you think you can attack the Jets on their offense?
Honestly, I think that our run defense is last year was a little shaky, but we got a few D-line upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to be very good against the pass. Just the number one option or the number one focus is going to be keeping Le'Veon under, 100 yards or having a breakout game.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about keeping him under wraps. Adam Gase has done a very good job of that. Adam Gase has done an amazing job of that, all right? I hope he doesn't keep him under wraps this season, but I'll tell you what, Adam Gase has done one hell of a job up until this point. So, yeah, you guys have a great front, and I keep telling people that because you actually do. I mean, you look at, like I keep saying, Ed Oliver, that dude is phenomenal. I mean, he is a monster, dude. He's so big, so strong. I've seen him literally just take great guards, Pro Bowl guards, and just put them into the stands like they don't even exist. It's insane how just crazy he is, man. And your secondary is very good as well with Hyde and White. I mean, you guys got it going. But I want to talk about your offense because let me tell you something. I'm not a fan of Josh Allen. I think he's terrible. But I tell you what, you guys you surrounded him with weapons. So I want to get your thoughts on your offense and, how do you guys plan to kind of attack us offensively? What is your outlook on that?
Personally, I think that I've been seeing a lot of Josh Allen slander, especially from the Jets fan base. But I feel like last year, he could have had a better season, obviously. But I think that accuracy is really going to take a big step this year. He's going to have some more weapons to throw to. Zach Moss is going to be able to kind of balance out the run game, and Josh Allen is like, if he's not throwing well that game, he can just kind of scramble out of the pocket and make some plays with his legs. So I'm a little optimistic, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. How excited are you about Stephon Diggs, man? I know you got to be hyped about that guy.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm very excited because if John Brown, with all due respect to John Brown, he's no Stephon Diggs. So if he can get over 1,000 yards with Josh Allen, not being very accurate, then I think Stephon Diggs can have an amazing season this year.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you guys, like you said, you guys got one heck of a team, man. You guys are really doing your thing over there. You've put Josh Allen in a big time, position to succeed. I mean, you guys have done it all, even the coaching. That's where I want to go next with you. What are your thoughts on your head coach? Sam McDermott, he's phenomenal, man. How do you feel going into a game with him every single week?
Yeah, I personally, I love McDermott. I think he can, he can be in the running for coach of the year. He's really about his business. He's not with the shenanigans.
Yeah.
He'll get it done. Very defensive-minded coach, and I love that. I love having a great defense to be able to kind of rely on if your offense isn't, producing as much as you'd want to, like we did last year.
Yeah. I like, man, I'll tell you what, McDermott, that guy, whew, he's phenomenal. He's one of the better coaches in the league. I like you said, I could see him getting coach of the year depending on, how things pan out with the Bills. But like you said, he's no nonsense. He's a guy that comes in, he schemes well. He's very well researched. I mean, that you could tell this guy really puts it together, and he finds holes in whatever it is that you do, and he exploits them. So, he does his thing. So my last question for you is, what is your prediction for the Jets-Bills game, man? How do you see it going?
Prediction, I think it's going to start off slow. I think it's going to be a very defensive-minded game, but I think, the Bills are going to eventually, find our stride. I'm a little biased, obviously, but I'm going to go ahead and say 21-10 Bills.
Okay, 21-10 Bills. Okay, it is what it is. Again, man, I want to thank you for calling in, man. It's all love. I know you're not a Jets fan. Hopefully, maybe one day we can convert you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll start seeing the green, and start thinking, hey, maybe that's a jersey I want to put on. You know what I mean? But, no pressure. But I want to thank you for calling in. I want you to keep calling in, please, when I live stream. When I do my show, man, I loved hearing from you. Thank you for calling in again, man.
Yeah, no problem. It was a pleasure.
All right. You have a good night, bro.
All right, you too.
Hey, listen. Actual Bills fan called in. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Heck of a caller. Came in, great Bills fan, lots of knowledge. He brought a lot of fire as well, too. Talked about McDermott, the way that he felt about McDermott. That guy's a great coach. McDermott's a great coach. And I know a lot of Bills fans are very happy to have him there. Hell of a schemer. This guy knows what he's doing. But he also talked about Josh Allen. He kept it pretty real. He talked about, hey, last season didn't play as well as some might have wanted him to. But this season, with the weapons and things he got around him, hopefully he can play better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sold on Josh Allen, but I tell you what, the weapons that they put around him, what they've surrounded him with, it's going to be hard for him to fail. I'm telling you, it's going to be pretty hard for him to fail. So with the show, kind of closing up, I know everybody wants my prediction. It is prediction time. So here it is. I'm looking at this situation. I'm looking at the team, and I'm saying, hey, offensively, we're coming in. Again, we're banged up. The offensive line, still a question mark. I know we got Connor McGovern. I'm excited about Becton, but I'm still wondering, can they protect Sam? I look at the wide receiver position. I say to myself, Mims was the guy I was excited about. I was really happy to get him in the second round. It's looking like, he's not going to play this week, but it's looking like he might miss more time than just this week. They're talking about, possibly, I know Gase was talking about exploring maybe putting him on IR. So that is not something I want to hear. He could be missing multiple weeks. But I'm looking at this offense and I'm saying, this is Adam Gase's show. He's got to show me that he can dial it up. I need to see him make an adjustment to the personnel that we have out there. Listen, if we don't have the guys because they're banged up and hurt, listen, you got to adjust your scheme. We need to see 2 tight end sets. We need to see, formations with 2 backs on the field where you get Le'Veon the ball. We need to see you change things up, Gase. We need to see you step up. I look at the defensive side of the ball, especially when you match up with the Bills. And I'm saying, I'm worried about Stephon Diggs. I'm worried about that matchup. I'm worried about how we're going to try to bracket him. Do we double him? What do you do? Then the other, problem starts. Well, how do you get pressure on Josh Allen? Do you blitz? If you don't blitz, then what do? Do you spy him? Because he'll take off. He'll use his feet. I call him a glorified running back for a reason. It's because that boy does run a lot. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't find, a way to kind of wrangle him down and handle him, you'll have a long, long day with him. So you got to find some way to keep him in that pocket. So I look at the situation with him, and I'm just saying to myself, man, defensively, I'm a little bit worried too. Because if you blitz, you can get burned. And if you don't blitz, you can still get burned because you can run. So I look at this situation, man, and I'm going to go 14-23 Bills. I'm going to say 14-23 Bills. I think we're going to fight. I think it's going to be a tough game. Weather probably is going to play a factor. It's going to be ugly. But, man, it's just really tough for me to pick the Jets right now because of how banged up we are offensively and my uncertainty with Gase. My uncertainty with Adam Gase and just how he's going to be able to coach against this team and can he make adjustments? It's just too much there. But what I don't want to see is I don't want to see Sam get beat up. I know that. I know that the protection has got to be there for Sam Darnold because let me tell you something. If you don't protect him against the Bills, they would decapitate Sam. He might not see the rest of the season. You might not have to worry about that. So, that's my take. I'm giving it, 14-23 Bills. It is what it is. So, with the closing of the show, listen, I am the man of the people. I am here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search Long Beach Joe. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back, okay? Also, give me some feedback. I love going back and forth with folks about what I do here on Long Beach Joe Show. Listen, I'm also on Twitter as well, okay? At The Long Beach Joe. I'm also on Twitter as well at YoungJ00. Those 2 Twitter handles you can talk to me at. Listen, hit me up. You want to troll me in the comments, no issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Darnold jersey on, okay? I keep it on at all times. Except for today, All right, but I keep it on. You know what I'm saying? So listen, no matter what anyone says, no matter how anyone feels, when you go on YouTube, I'm on YouTube as well at Long Beach Joe Jets. Okay, I'm there. I have a host of other channels as well. So please go over there, check out my content. Please subscribe. Please comment. I love going back and forth with people in the comments as well. You want to troll me over there? No issues. I will troll you right back. And as always, people, listen, when you see me in person, okay, I know the Roros going around, so won't be at a game this year, but there will be a time when you will see me eventually. When you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone, baby. Free hugs, okay? They don't cost you anything. They're completely free, okay? Even virtual hugs, I'm live streaming. You know what I'm saying? The hugs are virtual, all right? So, again, I want to thank you folks for listening. You folks have a good one. Peace. Well, folks, we're done with the Jets talk here. The Long Beach Joe Show, as far as the Jets side, is done. We're now going to, start talking about. I mean, we can keep talking about the Jets too. Just the episode is over here as far as the radio show. You can catch that show on Blog Talk Radio / Long Beach Joe. I'm going to share that link as well. You can go to all of my social media that I talked about too, and you can see it there as well. So in case somebody kind of came in at the end of the show or whatever, please, go there and check that out. Hey, Spotty Blackman is in the chat. Spotty Blackman says, it's good to see you doing your thing here, Joe. I'll be back with you going forward. Respect to you as well, Spotty. Respect to you, man. I want to thank you for coming by and checking me out, bro. Thank you so much. Gene says, great show. Keep it up, homie. Thank you so much, man. Again, folks, listen. If there's something wrong with the audio, something you hear, something you don't like, something you think, can be changed, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about taking it all in and listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving this live streaming thing. I'm loving what I'm doing. Everything will improve. Believe me, the more I live stream, the more, technically savvy I'll become, the more technically sound I'll become. I'm telling you, things are really going to step up here. You know what I'm saying? I had a great night tonight. A lot of great callers. Love talking football. We'll continue talking football for the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? We're going to play some games too as well. I want to get y'all thoughts on, what games you want to see. I'm thinking Street Fighter 5 tonight. That's what I'm feeling that. I'm also feeling some GTA if y'all want to run some missions. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, have things they want to play with me. Actually, kind of when I break down, I want to talk to you about that as well. Nelson Luna, hey man, what's going on, man? Thank you so much. Good. Nelson Luna says good stuff, Joe. Nelson also says we here for you, Long Beach Joe, the people's champ. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, and thank you for the kind words, Nelson. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here talking Jets. I know people wanted to talk with me, a lot, so I had to come up with something, to keep connected with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Sean also says in the comments, do you think the players believe in Adam Gase? It really depends on who you kind of listen to, to be absolutely honest with you. There's some players that have said in the past, maybe, that they really didn't believe in him. There's some players that stand stout and stand with them. We know that there was a little blow up between him and Le'Veon Bell earlier in the preseason with carries and different things like that. So, I don't know if necessarily everybody is bought in, but, there's some players, I guess, that, feel good about him and think that he's a good coach. And I'm guessing there's some players, that kind of don't. So it kind of is what it is there. But for those of you that are watching as well, I do a Q&A section. I'm going to do a Q&A section here where I give advice. I actually got hit up. My actual advice section, my actual advice email, that I take the questions on is Long Beach Joe Advice. So if you need advice, I'm saying, I'm the guy. I'm the guy. So I want to hear your problems and I want to help you solve them. You know what I'm saying? Also tonight, I will be telling a Navy story. I have a couple of Navy stories I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? This whole streaming thing that I'm doing, it's not just going to be about the Jets. Of course, I love talking Jets with everybody. It's all respect to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I have no issues talking Jets. I love the team. I love, communicating with fans, but it's not just going to be about the Jets. I really want to connect with y'all on a different type of level. I want to know y'all. I want y'all to know me. You know what I'm saying? And I would just want to go back and forth with y'all, have a good time and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Because once the season's over as well, of course, I'll still do shows. But, you know what I'm saying? Ain't going to be no Jets football. You know what I'm saying? Ain't going to be no Jets football. What we going to do? Just, stare at the screen, stare at the green. You know what I'm saying? We got to do something. You know what I'm saying? So I want to hear from y'all, and I want to go back and forth with you folks as well. I'm just John says, do you have Red Dead? Red Dead, no, I do not have Red Dead, but I will be getting it, though. Thank you for reminding me to do that. I don't have it right now, but I will get it. That's something I'll explore. I have GTA. I have Street Fighter 5. I have NBA 2K, Madden. I just got Tony Hawk. I have a lot of stuff. I'm waiting for like NBA 2K and stuff to stream a little bit later because I have not opened it because I want to open it with y'all. If there's any NBA 2K players that are here in the stream that play often, I want to run with y'all. I basically want to run a lot of team games. Like I said, I want to connect with y'all. I want to play with y'all. I want to run with y'all. Whatever y'all doing, hey, let's do it together. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a good time. Like I want to do it all. I have Streets of Rage though. I tell you what, I'm a huge Streets of Rage fan. I used to play that like crazy when I was a kid. So that's definitely something, that I want to play with y'all as well. Like I said, NBA 2K, Madden, stuff like that. Any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So. Going back to the chat again, Tommy Hess says, how often are you going to live stream? That's a great question, Tommy. And again, I want to thank you for checking in with me. I'm going to try to live stream at least 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. Everyone knows, well, for some of you that don't know, I'm a first responder. So, my schedule is kind of up and down. It's kind of crazy. So I'm going to try to live stream at least 2 to 3 times a week. Again, you can follow me on the Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Also YoungJ00 on Twitter as well. And I'll tweet when I'm going to live stream. I mean, like a day before, and let everybody know, hey, this is what I'm doing. I also drop videos as well on Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Reacts. I have a reaction channel that I'm working on, a gaming channel, which, some of this content is going to go on as well. That's going to be up. It's Long Beach Joe Gaming. So all my channels, you will know that I'm going to be live streaming when I'm going to be live streaming so that you can come and connect with me. You know what I'm saying? So we can chill and have a good time and play games and have fun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to do that. Like I said, 2 to 3 times a week, at least. And probably the streams are going to probably be 2 to 3 hours, at least a week. So 2 to 3 hours each stream, 2 to 3 times a week. So that's what I'm going to try to do, man. Now, hopefully, Tommy again, and man, I'd love to see you in all my streams and chat and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So please, hey, if you haven't followed my stream wherever you at, if you're on Twitch, please hit that follow button, man. Turn on your notifications. You know what I'm saying? Help me, get those numbers up. I want to talk to everybody. I want to see everybody. If you're on YouTube, you watching me on YouTube, hit that sub button, man. Hit that red button. Turn your notifications over there. And like this video, man. Click those thumbs up, please. You know what I'm saying? So, so I want to go to the chat. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. I'm going to let y'all kind of, set the tone here. Everybody is in the chat commenting. So do you want to see me next? Do you want to see me give advice? Do you want to hear a Navy story, or do you want to get to some games, man? Do you want to get to some Street Fighter? Do you want to get to, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? I want to know what y'all think. So I'm going to sit here for a little second and, you know what I'm saying, kind of let y'all make a little bit of a decision here. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some things I want to get into. You know what I'm saying? Definitely get some things I want to get into. Oh, Dre says, I'm back. Okay, good to see you, Dre. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Like I said, this streaming thing, I'm going to keep rolling, keep it going, keep it moving, and keep it pushing. And they're gonna get better. Let's see some games, okay? Dre wants to see some games. Who else want? What else? What else do y'all want to see? You know what I'm saying? Who else wants to see something? Who else wants to see something? Dre said he wanted to see some games. Rocksteady Gaming says, I'm a fan of Joe Douglas so far, but the lack of attention to the kicker position infuriates me, especially after week 1 last season. We struggled last season. I tell you what, you are right. First off, Rocksteady, thank you for coming into the channel. And please sub, man. I love talking to everybody. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? The kicker position was definitely up and down, but this year with Ficken, we'll see what happens, man. That kind of just is what it is. So yeah, Brandon from YouTube. So Dre says it's Brandon from YouTube. Sorry I was out. Oh no, hey man, no problem, man. Hey, as long as people are watching, coming in, I don't have no problem. I know everybody's got life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm all over the place. I'm everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All of my streams are everywhere. I want to connect with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I can get over Jamal. Dre says I can get over Jamal Adams, but I will miss Robbie Anderson. We need him more. I know a lot of people that feel that way, especially going into the draft last season. There was a lot of things being said. I, for one, was like, okay, look, if we're going to get rid of Robbie, right, if we're going to move on from Robbie, which I had no problem with. I had no problem with that. Not saying that Robbie was bad. I'm not saying that he, wasn't deserving of that, but deserving of, a contract or anything. I'm not saying those things. But what I am saying is that when you looked at the wide receiver position, especially in the draft last season, it was like, okay, well, we were being told by multiple people, hey, listen, you can get a starter in the 4th round. You can get a starter, in the 3rd round. You can get a guy here that could just come in and be a number 1 wide receiver for you. This draft has the most wide receiving, talent in NFL history. And I felt like where we really dropped the ball, and again, I'm not bashing Joe Douglas because I like Joe Douglas, but to only draft 1 wide receiver, when the biggest need on the team going into that draft was playmaker, or, offensive playmaker, and specifically at receiver, explosion at receiver, you didn't have that. So it's like, how do you go into that draft and only get 1 guy? It's like, come on, man. And again, that's why I was a huge advocate for trading Jamal Adams. Because trading Jamal Adams would have opened up the door for more capital to fix the offense faster than, what it's turned out to be. There was issues there. And I was like, listen, as much as I love Jamal, and I do, everybody think I hate Jamal. I don't hate Jamal. I just love the Jets more than I love Jamal Adams. You know what I'm saying? I love the name on the front of the jersey, not the one on the back. You know what I mean? Like, I like Jamal. He's a great player. He's a safety. That's it. He's a safety. Even with him being all pro and all the accolades that he had last season, all the things he did, we went 9-7, and we barely did that. So, like, he's not a guy that's going to, put 6 up on the board for you on a weekly basis. You can't ask a safety to do that. And people were pointing out how he had 6 sacks. He's a safety, not a defensive end. You can't count on a safety to have 6 sacks every season. First off. Second off, 6 sacks is not like, that doesn't make you an elite pass rusher. like these, and I don't bash people, but it was just like, come on, man. Like 6, if we paid a guy, let's say if we had paid an actual pass rusher in free agency, one of these guys, if we had paid them, $20+ million, because that's how much pass rushers are getting nowadays, $20+ million a season, and they only got 6 sacks. Would y'all be happy with that? Hell no. Nobody would be happy with that. People would be screaming. So it was like, I didn't want to hear any of that nonsense. I understood, Jamal was a big face on the team. I understood the impact. I understood all that. But it was like, bro, you cannot give him the type of money that he was asking for. 1, 2, I saw the writing on the wall. I knew he was going to start doing exactly what he did. And I was telling people months before, listen, get rid of him now, before he starts that nonsense, because once he starts it, it's going to be real hard for you to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, we were still able, to get what we could get for him and move forward. You know what I'm saying? So, Val Outlaw. Hey, Val, what's going on, man? He says, yo, what's up, bro? Yo, what's up, man? How's you doing? Welcome back, man. Thank you for commenting and watching. Val says the channel is growing. Hey, look, man, I'm trying to do my thing out here, Val. You know what I'm saying? I need, more people, more numbers, but you know what I'm saying? I'm happy with what I've got, and I'm grateful for everyone that tunes in. You know what I'm saying, Val? And thank you again for tuning in. I want more. I want to connect with more people. I want to connect with more Jets fans. So, Dre says he was a great leader, yet he wanted to part ways publicly. I respect it. It's his life and career, but it goes backwards on everything he was about when he was with the Jets. Yeah, you say one thing and then you go out and you try to publicly blow up the team. You know what I'm saying? You come out, you try to publicly blow up the team, you do all this crazy stuff, It kind of looks a little weird, especially when you're telling random people in parking lots that you're trying to be, hey, you want to play for the Cowboys? Yeah, I'm trying my best, bro. Like, who does that? A guy that wants to get out of here. That's who does that. That's who does that. A guy that wants to get the hell out of here as fast as possible. So, you know what I'm saying? Val Outlaw said, he says, did you say I could let him go? Love this game too much. Hey, I understand Val. A lot of people loved him, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Val also says we should have gotten more wide receivers in the draft. Yeah, we should have. We should have, But again, this season is going to be tough. We're going to see how things pan out. My fear is that, again, with Mims missing time, we also know Perryman has a knee issue. If his knee swells up, whew, if his knee swells up, if Brashad Perryman has knee issues, and Brashad Perryman is not like that great, but if he has knee issues and his knee swells up and he can't play, you're looking at Crowder and Hogan being your starting wide receivers. And the depth after that is, whoa. Woo. I tell you what, man, it's crazy. It's completely crazy. So, all right, well, I'm going to get to these games, man. Let me see what I want to play first. Let me see what I got here. First off, let me switch my screen here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like the look of the screen. Let me know if y'all like the, you know what I'm saying, little layout of the stream. You know what I'm saying? I got my boy Sam. I got my boy Bell. You know what I'm saying? I'm between them. They protecting me from the haters. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get this going. So, yeah, man. Let me go back here. Let me get this going real quick. You know what I'm saying? We about to play some games. I think we're gonna play some Street Fighter. That's what I think. I'm feeling some Street Fighter right now. Let me go change this. So how's y'all day going, man? Because some of y'all just kind of popped in a little bit later, man. Is there any? Dre says, is there any more free agents worth targeting? Or trades possibly. I'll tell you what, Dre, when you said or trade, is there any trades possibly? There's some trades that could be out there. We've been hearing different things about different people. We've been hearing that Allen Robinson, there was some talk about the Bears possibly, looking to, make a move for Allen Robinson. I would be interested in that move. There were some other guys as well, names that were out there as well. So there's some trades that could be made, but it's going to cost you. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to cost you. It's not going to be cheap at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be cheap at all. Let me get 1 second, guys. Let me get this disc real quick for this game here. Get this disc. Man. So what games do y'all play? I want to know, man. I want to know what games y'all play. You know what I'm saying? Crowder has to take a whole... Yep. Val Outlaw says Crowder has to take a whole bunch of the load this year. I feel bad for... He does, man. He's going to have to play. He's going to get his catches. I'll tell you what. He's going to get his catches, especially if there's a lot of injuries. He's the only guy out there. Adam Gase, he's going to have to be the guy that they're going to have to target. So, Jordan Ash says, who is your favorite rapper, Joe? Mine's is Eminem. That's a damn good question. That's what I like you, Jordan. That's a damn good question. So my favorite rapper right now, if we're talking mainstream, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I couldn't wait to talk music with y'all. If we're talking mainstream artists right now, my favorite rapper is Rick Ross. Mainstream. And I understand, some people feel however they feel about him, right? The reason why he's my favorite rapper mainstream is because Rick Ross's albums are a movie. Like, when you listen to Rick, when you listen to him talk, even if regardless of whether he actually is who he says he is, and again, that's all, background stuff, right? When you listen to him and you listen to what he's telling you, because he's very business savvy, and he talks about that in his music. He's very, about selling that aesthetic, the allure of luxury. He makes you feel like, bro, I could be rich tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? If you want to listen to somebody that really gets you grinding, because that's what I like. It's Rick, bro. It's Rick. Of course, I love Nipsey Hussle. I love Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But Rick Ross right now, mainstream, that's my guy. I'm listening to all Rick's album. Jordan, who is your favorite rapper right now? Also, underground, MF Doom, the greatest. He treats his fans like trash. I will say that. MF Doom treats his fans like garbage. Complete garbage. But he is, to me, the greatest Underground rapper there is. Okay. He treats his fans like trash, though. I don't like that. I don't like that. He don't even show up to his own shows. How do you do that? How you not show up to your own shows? That don't even make sense, man. That's ridiculous. People come and spend their money and you don't even show up? That's ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. Let me get this game in here. Yeah, we about to play some stuff, but any chance you can play Madden? I'm gonna play Madden the next time I stream. We're definitely gonna play Madden. Like I said, I want to play. That's what Dre said. Dre said, any chance you play Madden? I'm gonna play Madden next stream for sure. I have it. I haven't cracked it open yet. Again, I've been like working really hard on this stream and stuff like that. Like I was telling people before the stream started. I'm gonna play 2K as well, but I haven't opened 2K either because I want to share that experience with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So when I open up to 2K, when I open up the Madden, we're gonna play it together. That's what I want to do. Like like I said, I really want to connect with y'all for real. So let me know, y'all, if about the audio, how y'all think about the audio, if it's good or not. The video, if it's good or not, if it's tripping, let me know. You know what I'm saying? So I can fix it. Because I want to be like super perfect. So now, we're about to change this screen. Watch this. Let me see what the heck. Oh, 1 second, guys. Let me fix this. Let me fix that. Swoosh. You see how smooth that was? Swoosh. Swoosh. You see that? You see how your boy, I'm in the game. I am a Street Fighter. So let me see here. We going back to the chat again, man. Let me get this, bring it up a little bit more for y'all. James says, and he got bars. Yeah, Rick Ross does have bars, man. For sure, for sure. He does have bars. A lot of people sleep on it too. I don't know if people sleep on him just because he's from the South. Like, you know, a lot of Southern rappers, honestly, people do sleep on them, even if they spitting. Like, they just sleep on them forever. But Rick Ross does have bars. Jordan says, Rick Ross do make you feel like that right now. My favorite is Logic. Oh, you like Logic? I know a lot of Logic fans. I've listened to him before. Jordan also says, and Jordan Lucas. Okay, you like Logic and Jordan Lucas. Okay, I know a lot of people that like their music. I've listened to them before. I thought they were okay. You know what I'm saying? They make good music, you know. But let me tell you something, Rick. Right now, Rick Ross is on. He's something else, man. I'm telling you, he's something else. That Rather You Than Me album, insane, insane, bruh, insane. So, but yeah. You know, we're going to have a lot of fun on this stream, man. I'm telling you. Y'all going to see me, the good, the bad. You're going to see me yell. You're going to see me get upset. You're going to see me get salty. You know what I'm saying? I'm passionate. I'm telling y'all that right now. I'm passionate. I respect everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm passionate about mine. I absolutely love it. I love it. So, again, let me know if the audio is too crazy or if it's too loud for y'all or if y'all can't hear me or anything like that, all right? You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure everything is good for y'all. So, Dre says, do you like any rock music? Absolutely, dude. Yeah, I love rock music. I actually, I listen to a lot of punk rock, to be absolutely honest with you. One of my favorite punk rock bands, I just forgot their name. Bad Brains. So I listened to a lot of Bad Brains when I was younger. There's another punk rock band that I listen to as well. It's more like flower punk. Damn, I just forgot their damn name. But they're from Georgia. Really good punk rock band. Absolutely love listening to their albums. And you know, just have a good time. Like, so yeah, I absolutely listen to rock. I also listen to AC/DC. Who else do I listen to? AC/DC, Foo Fighters. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. That's rock music. Foo Fighters. What else do I listen to? Jimi Hendrix. I'm a big Jimi Hendrix guy. Who else? Jimi Hendrix, AC/DC. Just pretty much like all the Queen, all those bands. Like, I definitely listen to, my game audio's a bit loud. Just John said my game audio's a bit loud. All right, let me turn it down a little bit for you. How's that? Let me know if that's good, or is that too low? Let me know if that's good. You should hear me over the audio. Val Outlaw says, I really like Conway and his group right now. Oh, yes, Val. Bruh. Yes. Griselda boys. Absolutely. Val, you done brought something in. A little higher is okay? Okay. John says a little higher. You done brought something in right now. Let me know if that's good, John. Let me know if that's good. Let me see where my mic volume is. Yeah. I want to make sure I get the audio right for y'all because, you know, this streaming stuff is kind of tough. All right. Let me know if that works for you, Just John. Anybody else that has issue with audio, let me know if the audio is all right now. But Val, getting back to what you were saying about Conway, dude, West Side Gun, love that guy too. Love that guy too, man. Those Griselda boys, they're doing some great stuff. Benny is really good too. Benny's one hell of a. Thank you, John. Just John, thank you so much. Say yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for that, bro. Like I said, I'm all about fixing the stream and doing what I can. I want to make sure I got the audio right for y'all. Thank you so much for hitting me up about that. Val says, I really like the Conway in his group right now. So listen, Griselda, Benny Blanco, Westside Gun, all those guys they got over there, it's insane, bro. They're so good. And you know what it is though, Val? It's like a throwback. It's like everybody else is doing like this, simple mumble rap nonsense. And it's like they come straight out of like grime. It's like the 90s, like old 90s stuff, and Westside talking about, coke and everything else. I love it. I love it. You ain't gotta. I heard Westside, what was it? Hollywood 88. Man, I heard that record. I said, who is this? I immediately looked it up. You know what I'm saying? The Hermes tape, all the tapes that he got. Roses is red, so is, man, come on, man. Ain't nobody messing with Westside. But the good thing, though, the crazy thing, Val, about Conway is, the reason why I love him, bruh, is because he's real. Like, the reason why he rapped the way he rap, I'm sure you know, but his face is, like, partially, they had to do that thing to his face because he got shot in the back of his head. So, bruh, you could feel, like, when he say things, bruh, it's real because you can feel that. Like, you hear the struggle in him. You hear, like, all that stuff is, like, real. So everything that he say is like, bruh, it be making you feel it's like you there, bruh. It's like you there. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he don't just talk, because a lot of rappers, they be advocating stuff that ain't really good for you. You know what I'm saying? And he'll tell you, like, yeah, I did this, but it didn't work out the way you think it's gonna work out. It's not gonna be as good. Like, yeah, it was fun, but I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? He let people know. So, yeah, for sure. And let me tell you something, Val. You talking about that them Griselda boys? I'm right there with you. Jordan Ash says, "Do you listen to Linkin Park or Paramore?" Yeah, I listen to them. I don't listen. I haven't listened to a lot of Linkin Park in my time, but I definitely listen to them. Paramore is a good band too. I listen to them quite a bit too. Junior says Def Leppard is a guilty pleasure. Okay, I hear you. Dre says, I have to wake up early for work tomorrow, Joe. I'm gonna call in next stream. Good night, man. I'll be back for sure. Thank you so much, Dre. Again, everybody, watching. Damn, I should have said this earlier in the stream, but again, tomorrow I'm coming back. We're gonna stream. I'm gonna watch the game with y'all. I cannot put that on the screen like this game is, because I will get banned. They will ban you for that. You know what I'm saying? But you'll definitely, see me sitting here, and I'll be watching, the game with y'all. We'll have a good time. We'll have some fun, and then literally right after the game, I'm gonna go live again, and we're gonna do another radio show after, to kind of get the feel of everything. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we're gonna have a good time. But again, thank you, Dre, man, for coming in, man. Enjoy your night, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that sleep, bro. I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Work is work. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So again, salute to you, man, and thank you for coming in. Val says Conway just dropped a new album. It's dope. Yeah, the real, you can tell. Yep. Linkin Fire is dope too. Linkin Fire is absolutely dope, bro. Linkin Fire is really dope. Linkin Park is really dope too. Favorite Eminem album? To be honest with you, man, I'm not the biggest Eminem fan. Like, I know a lot of people love him, and I think he was good, But nowadays, when I listen to him, I'm just not like as inspired as I was. Honestly, I think my most favorite Eminem album is probably his first album. His second album was good too, but I think after that, I don't know what it was. It was just too singy, jokey for me. Oh, I gotta change this. 1 second, guys. Before I get into this, I gotta change the things for titles here. 1 second. Yeah, so 1 second here, guys. So that should be okay. So everything should be good there. Yeah, I had to update. Sorry guys, I had to update the title. If you don't update the title, they be trying to trip. Blah blah blah. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I have to do that. So Val Outlaw says, I gave you my list of rappers I like. It's a little up in the chat. Let me see here. Let me see what you like. Okay, Val says Tupac is my favorite of all time, and now I gotta say 50 Cent. Okay, Val, I see you there. 50 Cent is a very solid rapper. Got great discography and all the things that he's done in rap. Just business wise, he's amazing. DMX, I remember those days. Woo. DMX was on fire. Rough Riders at one point, him, Swiss Beats, Eve, Drag On even at one point. Even though he was kind of, I don't know what the hell was going on with Drag On. He was kind of in and out, but you know what I'm saying? Everything that they had going on there. Joey Badass is really good too. Rod Wave, Roddy Ricch is dope. Kendrick is another guy that I think is amazing as well. I feel like the mainstream don't get him the way that they should. He's really, really good. I really liked To Pimp a Butterfly. I thought that album was phenomenally done. But I knew that a lot of people really wouldn't like get it. Like the stuff that he was doing, the samples, the George Clinton stuff, all that stuff that he was putting on that album, those long outros. I love that album. That's good. Big Sean is solid. The Lox, I like the Lox. Mobb Deep. Okay, Richie Rich from the Bay. Ooh, okay, Richie Rich from the Bay. Talk to me, Val. Who else you listening to from the Bay? You listen to Mac Dre. You know what I'm saying? You listen to any of those guys? You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I don't live. You know what I'm saying? I'm in California, so everybody knows I'm on the West Coast. Like the Bay it's got a lot of great rappers. Mr. Fab, E40. You know what I'm saying? Who can hate on 40 Water? You know what I'm saying? Who can do that? 40 Water. All those guys, man. Like all those guys are just hella dope rappers that are up there. A lot of good stuff coming out the Bay. So, let me see here. Jordan says, "What Street Fighter game is your favorite?" You know what's crazy? For me, my favorite, I love Street Fighter 2 because that's what I grew up playing. But man, Street Fighter 4 was good, but I got into Street Fighter 4 at the end of Street Fighter, which is the reason why I skipped. Like, I was in the military, so some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, but I was in the military 2004 to 2008, which I'm going to talk about on the channel. That's why I'm doing Navy stories, which I'll probably do after a couple of games of this because I'm going to have to go in a little bit. But listen, I was at boot camp. We was doing all kinds of stuff, so I kind of missed like playing in those tournaments and all that other stuff, like Third Strike and all that stuff. So when I really got into Street Fighter again, it was at the tail end of 4. And I liked 4, but there was things I didn't like about it at all. Like the focus stuff, I didn't like that stuff. I didn't like any of that stuff. And also, I didn't really like the characters. I like Hugo, but outside of Hugo, like, I didn't really like any of the characters that was in that game. So I was like, I don't know. You know, I would watch it. I would watch, you know, all that stuff, but I wouldn't really like playing it. But I tell you what, as much as people hate Street Fighter V, and I understand why, I get it. I'll admit there's issues. I like Street Fighter V a lot. I do, and I played a lot, and I know the netcode is trash. I know that. You ain't gotta tell me. I know the netcode is trash, okay? And I know there's issues. I complain about it. You're gonna hear me complain about it tonight, all that stuff. But I like the game, and I think it's mainly because of this fat guy that's on the screen right there. Birdie, you know what I'm saying? I love that guy. You know what I'm saying? Love the character, loved him, you know, when he was in Alpha. So, you know, love everything he does. So, they got my character. He plays exactly how I want him to play, so, you know what I'm saying? So I'll say probably Street Fighter 2 is probably my favorite, but Street Fighter 5 is definitely, you know, a close second, if not, you know, right there, because I just love the game. Just John says, I'm not normally into female rappers, but I recently started listening to one called Snow the Rapper. I've heard about her. I've definitely heard about her. There's a couple really good female rappers that's out right now. I mean, I know people are going to talk about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, which I respect them and what they're doing, but that's not, you know, I listen to Cardi B here and there, I listen to Meg here and there, but there's some other girls that's out there that's really doing their thing, that's really putting on. So there's some girls that's out there. How old? Jordan says, how old are you, Joe? I'm in my 30s. I'm gonna say that. I'm in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? Jordan also says Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the GOAT. It absolutely is. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was a great game. It was a great game. Great game. You know what I'm saying? So, hell yeah. Bro, what is y'all favorite video game? What do y'all like to play? You know what I'm saying? What do y'all like to play? I'm gonna set this up real quick. I want to know what y'all like to play, man. What do y'all enjoy? Spice One, Rapper Forte. Yeah, Val Outlaw says Spice One, Rapper Forte, Mozzie, yep, Critty Bo, yep, Gonzo, Yuckmouth, E40, Keek the Sneak, put him on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, okay, put him on there. Super Hyphy, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, yeah. All them dudes. Oh, you from New York, Val? Okay. Val says he's from New York. Okay, respect. Yeah, for sure. Like, hell, there's a lot of great New York rappers too, Val. Who's your favorite New York rapper, bro? You gotta let me know, because I know there's a lot of people that they just scream Jay, and I understand why you would say Jay-Z. I get it, but there's some people that be screaming, you know what I'm saying, maybe 50. You know, where's Ghostface rank on your list of New York rappers, bro? Where does Ghostface rank on that, Val? Because I love Ghost. I love Ghost. Hey, Joe. Oh, Real says, hey, Joe. Is Gase making it to the end of the season? Let me tell you something, Real. If he starts out real bad this season, if it's real bad, if he starts out real bad this season and we look like we have no clue, I don't think they'll fire him in season, but after the season, his ass is gone. His ass is gone. Like, you can't make an excuse for him. Like, that. The one thing that I fear is that they'll hold on to him for too long and have him here and ruin Sam Darnold. That's the one thing. That's the one thing I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. Man, I do not want to see that. I do not want to see them hold on to Adam Gase for too long and have him here doing a whole lot of nothing and just like blow our season. Because I personally do not believe in Adam Gase. I don't think he's the right coach here. I don't think he's the right coach for us. I really, really don't. So I just don't. And I've made that very clear. I didn't want him to get hired. And I know people wanted, I know people didn't want Mike McCarthy. Why? I don't know. I don't know why some Jets fans wouldn't want Mike McCarthy. I mean, he is a highly touted coach. He's done everything that we would be looking for a coach to do. But for whatever reason, they just did not want him. And I don't know why. So Jordan says, I love Jack and Darker, Ratchet and Clank, Silent Hill 4. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to play, what is the... There was Resident Evil. I was looking into Resident Evil 2. I think I'm going to play some Resident Evil on stream at some point. I got a lot of plans, I'll tell you that. I got a lot of plans. October is going to be, you know what I'm saying, a real good month. A real good month. I'm going to keep working, but believe me, I'm telling y'all going to get some streams. But those are some dope games. Silent Hill 4 is a pretty dope game. Val Outlaw says, I'm not a fan of Jay-Z. Okay, you're not a fan of Jay? Okay. Browmaster says, because Mike McCarthy is an awful retread. He was carried by Aaron Rodgers. He's a bland play caller, and the only thing he has going for him is experience. He'll kill Darnold. Listen, Brow, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. If you look at what he did with Aaron Rodgers, people say Aaron Rodgers carried him. Aaron Rodgers was picked late in the draft. When you go back to that draft, a lot of people talked about that draft not having a franchise quarterback in it. That's why Aaron Rodgers fell as far as he did. Now, if you talk to anybody in Green Bay, hell, if you talk to anybody outside of Green Bay, they will tell you that Mike McCarthy had a big time impact on bettering Aaron Rodgers. He helped Aaron Rodgers in mechanics. He put together a play calling sheet, or put together play calls that really benefited Aaron. He helped Aaron a lot. Now, down the stretch, did him and Aaron have that fallout, or supposed fallout that was reported, and Aaron Rodgers, all this stuff? Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers is kind of also now starting to get the tag that maybe, there's some issues just with him, period. Even you look at the new coach now. They just took a quarterback in the last draft. There's been articles that have been written that Aaron Rodgers is, kind of starting to become uncoachable, where he just don't, want to listen to certain people, which he's a great player. And that's sometimes what happens with great players. They get that ego and, they want to do what they want to do, which is completely, he's won rings. But to downplay Mike McCarthy and act like Mike McCarthy has done nothing, if you look at his records, this dude's been in the playoffs more times in his career than not. He's won a Super Bowl. Like, he's done a lot of things. And it's like, man, it's crazy to me. I just don't understand what the bashing of Mike McCarthy is about. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. And to say that I understand Mike McCarthy, you feel like he's an awful retread, then what is Adam Gase? What is Adam Gase, bro? What is Adam Gase? Like, if Mike McCarthy's an awful retread, then what is Adam Gase? God. I was never a big Mike McCarthy fan. Thought he benefited from having Rodgers, but never picking Gase over him. John just said it. He just said, I've never been a big Mike McCarthy guy. I've always thought he benefited from having Aaron Rodgers, but never understood picking Gase over him. That's all, I'm just saying. I have to play. Real says you have to play Outlast on stream. That definitely is gonna happen. That's definitely Outlast and Outlast 2. That's definitely gonna happen. Resident Evil. All that stuff is coming, man, for sure. For sure, it's coming. Like I said, I wanted to make sure that today it was about connecting. It was about having fun. It was about. Clearly, it's not about playing games, because nobody here is playing Street Fighter 5, I guess, anymore, because we ain't getting no goddamn games. But hopefully it comes soon. But so it's just about having fun, having a good time, connecting, make sure I got the show down with y'all, make sure the audio is good with y'all, make sure y'all can hit me and y'all can connect with me too. So chat buzzing, man. I love it. Thank y'all for watching, man. Seriously, it means a lot to me, bro. Seriously, all of y'all, every single last one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Rocksteady Gaming says, if you like FPS games or battle royales, you try Apex Legends. Yeah, I've heard about that game. I've seen Apex. I know people play Fortnite too. I'm not a big first-person shooter guy, but I'm willing to try it, especially something like Fortnite. Like, I've seen it, I played it a little bit, but like I said, I'm really into fighting games a lot. But I'm willing to try all games. Like, I'm not strictly just into fighting games. I will, like I said, GTA, all that other stuff, but I'll look into Apex Legends. Jordan says, people forgot Mike changed Eric's mechanics too. I'm saying, Jordan, listen, man, People act like changing like a QB mechanics is just easy. Like, oh, well, you can just change his mechanics. Like, if everybody could change a quarterback's mechanics, if every coach could do that, do you know how many good QBs there would be in the league? Like, it's insane, bruh. It's like when you talk about, yo, this dude literally helped. He changed Aaron's mechanics. Like, he literally made him throw. Finally, somebody's playing this damn game. I don't even care if it's a 4-bar. You know what I'm saying? And now he don't want to play. What kind of... What is going on tonight, man? What is going on tonight? Oh, this is insane. Street Fighter 5. One guy was playing. I clicked and he said, oh, actually, no, I'm good. What? You gotta be kidding me, man. Anyway, Val Outlaw says, my favorite rappers from New York, The Lox, Mobb Deep. Not a huge fan of Nas, but he's up there. Papoose got to get better with his records, but lyrically he's out of this world. That is a big fact. That is a big fact. I like Papoose. Lyrically he's crazy, but the records, you gotta step it up, bro. You gotta step it up. Cause like he gets a little bit, you know, sometimes you want to dance and have fun. You can't dance lyrical with the miracles and going down in the dictionary. Like, dude, come on, man. You gonna suffer the same fate as cannabis. You gonna suffer the same fate as cannabis. Dope rapper, I mean, can rap circles around, but you just want to shove that guy in a closet when it's time to party. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to listen to some music, you know, to dance to. Ain't nobody trying to listen to you read me the dictionary, bruh. Like, come on, man. Like, give me something else. Give me some, you know what I'm saying, some different type of records. LCL James says, this is your best friend, Shaq. Shaq, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Did the show earlier. Check that out on Long Beach Doe on Blog Talk Radio. It's gonna be on my YouTube. It's gonna be everywhere. I'm streaming everywhere. Clearly, you tuning in for YouTube. So, thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for you know what I'm saying, joining the stream. Big Val says, Big Pun, Big L, Joey Badass, Keith Murray, 50 Cent, of course, Lloyd Banks, yep, and many more. Real says, who is the ideal replacement for Gase? My ideal replacement for Gase is Eric B. from Kansas City, because he's the offensive coordinator there, and that offense is ridiculously good. And he has a big hand in the game plan. He's not some guy that's just holding the clipboard. He is an active voice in that room. And if you look at that Kansas City coaching tree, guys that have come from there, Doug Peterson, all these other guys, dude, they go other places and just blow people out of the water. Like, their offense is good. Look what Dougie P is doing there with the Eagles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Eric B, I think, would be the perfect guy here. And just the things that he would bring. I mean, anybody watch that Kansas City game, like that Kansas City-Texas game? Dude, Kansas City looks like nothing happened. Like, it looks like they've been practicing for the last whatever. Like nothing has affected them. Their offense is surgical. Like, and then they come out with all these damn formations and shifts and motions and all that stuff. Man, it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. How do you even keep up with that? Oh, man. It's crazy, bro. Jordan Ash said, how do you feel about the PS5 and Xbox X series? I've been following a little bit of the PS5. I'm definitely going to get that. The Xbox series, man, I've never been an Xbox guy, and even some of the Xbox guys that I know are like, this is not what we wanted. You know what I'm saying? The look at the PS5, I'm like, I'm worried about the price. You know what I'm saying? There's been speculations about the price, but I have not heard anything just as yet as far as concrete. I haven't heard anything concrete just yet, but I'm worried about the price, but I'm definitely going to get it. But I'm also looking to see how they do the backwards compatibility, because if they do that thing where they make people rebuy games and stuff like that, like there was rumors of that, that's the wrong way to go. You know what I'm saying? Just John said he put the game in and said, nah, never. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I check into the game. He see me. He like, oh, I'm good. I'm good, player. I'm good. Actually, you know, I gotta go. You know, eat a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm not gonna play. I'm fine. Is he gonna play a 3-bar? I'm good. Listen, 3-bar connections in this game. I'm putting on my snorkel. We swimming. It's straight. It's trash. You might as well. You in the ocean. Okay? Like, you can't see nothing. A 3-bar connection in this game, you can't see nothing. Glitching all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, lag city. DBZ lag. I'm talking bunk. These dudes be playing on potatoes for connections. You know what I'm saying? 3-bar connection. You just sitting that's public mall Wi-Fi. That's what you're doing. You sitting at the public mall with your PlayStation like, I can't wait to run into somebody. I'm going to show them what it is. Like, bruh, get some better internet. Like, come on. 3-bar connection? Like, come on, bro. 3-bar connection, that's just bad. Like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And Street Fighter 5 net code is already bad. I'm not connecting with that. No time soon. No, sir. Have a good one. SL James said, "Mo definitely, bro. I watched it, but it was late after the phone call." Okay, well, hey, man, thank you for tuning in. Again, it's going to be on YouTube and all these other streaming platforms. You can go check it out. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time. Real said, yeah, but you have to feel bad for Deshaun got rid of his number one. Not only got rid of his number one, let me tell you something. That offensive line looked terrible. You see how they was getting him hit? Bro, it was like he was back when he first started with the Texans when he was getting lit up. Like, yeah, they got rid of Hopkins. Listen, if O'Brien don't clean it up, he gonna be on the unemployment line. They gonna get his ass up out of there. You gonna trade DeAndre Hopkins, and then you gonna put that out on the field? I know if O'Brien don't get it together, he's a gunner. He's a gunner. I'm just John says, I'm not an Xbox guy either. Xbox Game Pass is worth it though, in my opinion. Okay. I respect that. James said, John, I know it's personal. What happened to you and Let's Talk Jets Radio? Hey, man, creative differences. Creative differences, man. Creative differences. Jordan Ash says, your thoughts on Mortal Kombat. You know what's crazy? I like Mortal Kombat, but it's just not for me. I don't like the way that the juggle points in it. I don't like that. Like, I don't like the way they all stiff. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like that at all. And so it's just hard for me to play. And I also don't like their combo styles either. It's like you get hit once and you can lose like basically your whole damn life. Like, what is this? Like, and then you gotta block and press the buttons. I mean, I used to play it when I was younger. Oh, when I was younger? Liu Kang? Bruh, let me tell you something. I come across those screens with those feet, you gonna feel that. You gonna feel that, bruh. You gonna feel them feet. You see what I'm saying? You gonna feel my feet, and you gonna hold that too. You gonna hold these feet. That's how you gonna hold these feet. You know what I mean? I come across the screen. Raiden. I used to play Raiden as well back in the day. You're done. You know what I'm saying? You're done. Is anybody gonna play tonight at all? I should have just took that 3-bar. I should have took that 3-bar and went underwater. That's what I should have taken. I should have took that 3-bar and went underwater. Let me see here. Damn. All right, we just gonna play anybody connection. I usually like to play PS4 to PS4 because that's what I'm playing on. Because the connection's a bit better. But I go to PC to PS4 sometimes because not a lot of people playing the game. But man, SF5 is something else. Real 3 says if Gase and O'Brien get fired this season, you better pray we don't get O'Brien because get ready for action. Bro, I'll take a 4-bar. If we get O'Brien, I have no words. We finally got a fight, man. Val says I'm an Xbox guy. Okay. Val Outlaw. What about Tekken? Tekken's a good game. I was talking about it earlier on the stream. I have a friend that's into Tekken a lot, and he's been trying to get me into Tekken for a long time, and I'm open to it, but I don't play it all the time. I think I just gotta find the character that's for me. Oh, he's a ball rock player. I gotta watch this. This dude's a nut job. I guarantee you. Guarantee you he's a nut job. All rush punches, no neutral. Guarantee it. I gotta get my cans down around here. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get him in. He's a nut job. I always thought Sub-Zero was a bit overrated. You know what's crazy? Sub-Zero, I think in the latest Mortal Kombat, they said that Scorpion is broken. Like, they said this dude can just do anything in the game. You know what I'm saying? What do you I know you play Mortal Kombat, Jordan. Is that true? Let me watch this guy. Okay, let me watch this guy. Get the can down. Okay, how does that whiff? I don't know. I gotta whiff punch. Oh. Nope. How is that whiffing? Why would you be reversal there? Yep. Go ahead. I'm just gonna kill this man. He's just swinging. You see how he just like swing? I'm not even playing well. He's just swinging like from the hills. I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. Come on, I can do a trade. Go ahead and jump. Go ahead and jump. Time for neutral. Get grabbed. Oh. Oh, I should have CA'd. I should have CA'd. Oh. Yeah. One more. Go ahead and get commit. Oh my god. You're gonna get bullhorned after this. Oh my god. Didn't come out. Hold on, guys. I gotta get this guy down. He gonna hold this candle. Look at this grown man. Why are you afraid of a can? Go ahead and jump. I just did it. I just pressed it. I just did it. I didn't even care. SL James said, "Hey Joe, don't be surprised if we get a QB in the first round if the offense don't go right this year." You know what's crazy about? I've heard a lot of people talk about that, Trevor Lawrence and stuff like that. But here's the deal, Shaq. You'll be putting Trevor Lawrence in the exact same position that you put Sam Darnold in. How does that help him? The quarterback is not. Oh, whoa! Did you see that 0-bar connection? This man said, "I will immediately dump all my bars." Immediately. Oh no! You will not do that to me. Y'all see that? I know y'all saw that on stream. I know y'all saw that. I know y'all saw that thing go from 4 bars to 1 bar. Oh my god. And I did not play well. Why does that keep coming out? Look at why does that keep coming out? I'm wondering why. But yeah, Shaq, listen. Trevor Lawrence, going to get Trevor Lawrence because connection. Going to get Trevor Lawrence because the offense is bad. That does not mean that Sam Darnold is bad. You look at last year, Sam wasn't bad, but the offense was bad. How do you blame that on him? You don't. You go get better at other positions. How can you go get a QB when you don't have, oh my God, a Bison in a 3-bar connection? What the hell was I thinking? You go get offensive linemen. You go get like, you know what I'm saying? Go get something else. Like you go get wide receivers. You go get playmakers. We don't have no damn playmakers. What is drafting a quarterback going to fix? You don't have no playmakers or guys to block for him. That's crazy. But what is y'all favorite TV shows? What is y'all watching right now? You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people watching a lot of different things. What is y'all watching on the daily, on the regular? Round 1. Oh, fight. Go ahead and jump. Oh, go ahead. What I tell you? Late. That was late. Don't you ever taunt me. Fool, don't you ever taunt me. And you gonna get command grab. Yep. Go ahead and jump out. Yep, get command grab. Because you're scared. Don't you ever taunt me. Don't you ever taunt me. On stream, in real life, nothing. Are you crazy? Did you see that taunt? He was trying to disrespect me. Oh, I gotta finish my combo. Get grabbed. Look at you. Get grabbed again. Look at you. And I'm going to kick you. Oh, my God. Oh, that's a punish. I missed it. Go ahead. This is crazy. I'm not playing well at all. Yeah, go ahead and sit back. Not that at me. Oh my god. Oh my god, that cheap nonsense that they gave him, that's ridiculous. And I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk away because he taunted me. I'm gonna leave him.
You win.
You don't ever taunt me. Not in a match. Don't do that. I show everybody nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. So, SL James says, I'm gonna let it count down on you too, because you taunted me. SL James says, that's what I said. But think about it, Joe. If Douglas traded our best player, you think Sam is safe? And plus, Joe Douglas and Adam Gase are best friends. And they didn't draft Sam, so they don't have ties to Sam. Here's the deal about that though, right? When you're sitting here and saying that they traded our best player, you're acting like they traded a guy that was willing to actually be on this football team. You're acting like Jamal Adams was a guy that looked around and was like, hey, I want to stay here. I'll take $15 million a year like any normal safety in the league is going to do. That is not what happened, Shaq. What happened is that Jamal Adams said, pay me $20 million. And then when they were like, okay, your deal's not even up. Why do we have to pay you right now? He screamed, pay me right now or trade me. And then he did things behind their back to set that up, Shaq. You're also forgetting that he called Cowboys players and told them to call the Jets, told them to have Jerry Jones call the Jets and make offers for him. And then when they did that, he then turned around and went to the media and said that he heard that people were telling him that the Jets were picking up the phone, answering calls for him from other teams. Yeah, because that's what you told those teams to do. That guy did not want to be here, Shaq. Like, I don't understand why people are so like, he did not want to be here. It wasn't about money with Jamal Adams, okay? Some people don't get that. It was not about money. It just wasn't. It was about he wants to win. Like and I don't knock him for wanting to win, and I don't knock him for, you know what I'm saying, I guess looking out for himself or whatever. But here's the deal. It's like there's a way of going about moving on if you want to move on. And doing what he did, trying to blow the team up, going to the media the way that he did, he put Le'Veon Bell out there, was talking about the locker room and all that stuff. That stuff could have really ended up bad for us. Like, I don't think people really understand how bad that could have been. Like, that could have caused, we've had issues here in the past. Remember when there was a mutiny with Todd Bowles? With Ryan Fitzpatrick, when they didn't want to get him paid, and you had Jets players taking pictures with him, saying that we need to have him in the locker room and all this stuff. And there was issues that we've had team chemistry issues and team issues in the locker room before. We just came out of that. I know a lot of Jets fans don't remember those things, but I do. So when you have a guy that's willing to do what he's doing, and he's not just like some guy, right? He's like the face of the team pretty much, right? Outside of Sam Darnold. You can't, dude, nah. Hell no. No. Trading Jamal Adams was the right move. He did it at the wrong time. He got great compensation. He did it at the wrong time, but it was the right move. Okay? It was the right move. Let me tell you. It was the right move. There's no way in hell that you should have, you know what I'm saying, had that dude here. He didn't want to be here. And he's willing to do everything in his power to get out of here for, you know, whatever his reasoning is. That was ridiculous. Like, I told people. I told you. Real says, hey Joe, what's your prediction and score for the Bills? When I did the show earlier, my prediction was 14-23 Bills. 14-23 Bills. I'm wondering how we protect Sam, if we could protect Sam adequately. I'm wondering the weapons, clearly. No Mims, Rashad Perryman, who's on a bum knee, Hogan, Crowder, who's a good wide receiver, but he's a slot. It's like, where y'all throwing the ball to? This Bills defense is ferocious. They're going to get after it. Like, I mean, I'm going to be streaming here with y'all tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We're going to watch the game together. We're going to go live after the game, too. So it's like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I mean, I love the Jets. I love the team, but I'm a realistic fan, bro. I can't look at it. I'm just hoping that Sam don't get killed. Like, I want to see Sam go out there and play decently and not get killed. So, SL James says they even drafted a QB in the 4th round when we didn't need him. We needed a receiver. They don't care about Sam. They don't care about Sam. They didn't even help him this year. It wouldn't surprise me if they get rid of him. Let me tell you something. If from all standpoints and implications, like, we've heard nothing but there was reports where Joe Douglas said there was reports where Joe Douglas said that he couldn't wait to basically surround Sam with wide receivers and weapons. He said that publicly before. So I don't know. I know we didn't need that QB in the 4th round. I just think that, you know, certain things weren't addressed in free agency that should have, or in free agency or the draft that should have been addressed. So, Jamal, I'm just John says Jamal took the Earl Thomas route of moving on. Seahawks now, yeah. You're right, John. Val Outlaw says he wants to win, but it ain't like but I ain't like what he was doing. That's true. I didn't like what he was doing either. Look, listen, if Jamal would have gone about it a certain way, I understand the business of football. That's why, like, I was trying to tell people what was going to happen like a year ago. Like, hey, you know, because the signs were there. Dude has always been saying stuff like that. He just was super loud this time. Do y'all not remember when he literally was in the media and said, he told the press, he told them, hey, we need dogs. Y'all remember that? I want y'all to go back to that. Y'all remember that, right? He said, we need dogs. Do you know what that means when you say stuff like that? Right? Let me tell you what that means. We need dogs means we need more talent. So what are you saying? Are you saying that the players here aren't good enough, Jamal? Or are you saying that your GM isn't doing a good enough job? Yeah, like he's been saying stuff like that. Even this season. Go back to, last season. Go back to last season. There's videos of him sitting at a bar. Like, he was so relieved, and I think it was like during a bye week. He was so relieved to not be playing football. It was you could see, like, he talked about crying, and you could see that, bruh, the rebuild route that we have to go, because Mike McCagnon screwed us up so much and put us in such a bad position. The route that we have to go to build this football team, bro, he didn't want to be a part of that, another rebuild. He didn't. It is what it is. Val Outlaw says, but he wasn't lying about the things he was saying. I mean, I know he said he didn't believe in Gase, neither do I. But there were other things that he said that I was just like, come on, Jamal. I mean, he disrespected the fans too, though, Val. Like, he disrespected the fans. Like, he openly disrespected fans that was begging him to come back. Like, he did a lot of stuff that was like, dude. And you know what's even crazier about that? What's crazier about that is, when I started talking about getting rid of him, and I started talking about trading him, bro, I got DMs full of people. You don't know what you're talking about, Joe. Oh, Joe. Oh, that doesn't make any sense, Joe. Oh, God, you're an idiot. Blah, blah, blah. Jamal's going to be a Jet for life, and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. When he started saying the things that I told him he was going to be saying, and he started doing the stuff, I didn't think he would go as far as he did. I didn't think he was going to go as far as he did, but I definitely thought he was going to start doing some of the stuff that he was doing. And when I tell you it was a complete 360, 180 actually, a complete 180. Okay, people hitting me, Joe, you tried to tell. Hey, listen, I'm not here to bash anybody, but I'm telling you, I seen it coming. SLJ, let me go back to the chat here. Real says, I don't think we score more than score more than 6 unless Josh throws a pick 6. Real, bruh. Bro, don't, please don't say that. Don't say that, bro. Cause tomorrow's show, oh god. Please, man. I hope we at least score more than 6 points. Oh, my God. Rocksteady Gaming says, I think we grabbed 2 wide receivers in next year's draft. It's a deep wide receiver class as well. This year was about keeping Sam upright. Yeah? I mean, but there was a lot of offensive linemen we should have signed in, too. Jack Conklin was out there. There was guys that was out there. We should have went after those guys and grabbed them up. You know what I'm saying? If it's about keeping him upright, then let's really protect him, then, bro. Especially if you know that Jamal Adams is out the picture. I never wanted to pay him. Period. I don't believe in paying safeties as much as he wanted to get paid when your team is completely void of talent. That's insane. Especially when you talking about $20 million for a safety. What? No, I'm good. I'm good, player. I'm good. I'm good. You have a good one with that. Let's see. SL James said, you even said it yourself, Joe. We were, yeah. Should have went O-line and we didn't, yeah. Listen. What can you say? Like, you know, I'm just John says, Jamal straight up said, F Gase and Douglas. You don't do that unless you checked out a long time ago. Exactly, just John. Nail on the head. I tell you what, it got so bad, bruh. You could tell Joe Douglas don't ever talk about, like, he don't really talk about personnel stuff, and he don't talk about the inner workings of, like, you know, what he does, right? But he made sure to come out and say, I never said I promised him a contract. That means something, bro. That means that he got pissed off. He was pissed off that Jamal said that publicly, that you lied, because he said he didn't say it, that you publicly lied and said that I offered you a contract and then I reneged on it. That did not sit right with Joe Douglas, because he's never said nothing like that. So, yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. John hit the nail on the head right there. Like, bruh. Val Outlaw said, you kind of right. I can't lie. But he was right about Adam Gase and the owners. Listen, he had some points. I will give you that. I will absolutely give you that, Val. Jamal Adams absolutely said, hey, listen, he was right. Do I believe in Adam Gase? No. Do I believe the Johnsons necessarily want us to be like winners? They've done a lot of stupid stuff. Absolutely. You know, are they bad owners? Yes, they're bad owners. You know, that's yeah. But again, when you disrespect the fans the way that he did, finally a 5-bar connection. When you disrespect the fans the way he did, and you disrespect the organization, when you he went to Manish and published that report, bro. Goodbye. Like, get your ass out of here, man. Like, get out of here. He was good as gone, bro. He was good as gone. Ooh, Zeku. Zeku's get nutty, man. Zeku's get real crazy. The Val Outlaw said, I mean, we didn't need more dogs because the team was lackluster on offense and defense. I can't lie. And when he said that we needed more dogs, he ended up putting Le'Veon. Well, the thing about that, yeah, but at the same time, we needed more dogs. I mean, we needed pass rushers. We needed offensive linemen. I love Le'Veon. I love CJ, but we still need pass rushers and offensive linemen. Like, I understand we got the guys. The problem was the GM. Mike McCagnon just wasn't the right guy. Like, he wasn't the right guy at all. He didn't know what he was doing. Let me watch this guy first. Is he gonna? Okay. I gotta get my can down. What the hell? That dog came full screen? Yeah, you gonna get punished. Oh, I gotta wake up with that. What the? I gotta play better. Yeah. I knew he was on DP. I knew he was going to DP. I felt it in my soul. It came from the sky, right down to my head. It said, Joe, block, he's going to DP. Point. Yeah. He's nervous now. He don't want to DP now. Yep. Oh, God, I should have known he was desperate to get out the corner. I went too many buttons. I gotta get up. Oh, my God. Get grabbed. Damn. I'm still swinging. I'm swinging too much. I feel like I'm not playing fundamentally sound at all. I'm just swinging way too much. Way too much. Chasing these guys down way too much. The thing about more dogs, man, that comment, I understand it, Val, but to make it publicly, if anybody else would have said that, like, we need better players on this football team, I think you might have seen like a different kind of reaction. I think you might have, because I mean that's literally what you're saying, right? You want better players. Why? Get that. Go ahead and slip on there. What the hell? I should have. This dude is a nut job. This dude is a nut job. He's just a nut job. I gotta be more patient. Real says, I see a lot of Juju talk and I don't see us getting him at all. Thoughts? Round 2. Here's the thing with Juju. I like Juju, but I don't think Juju, I mean, I like Juju, but I'm wondering at what cost, because you also gotta pay him. That's the thing. You gotta pay him. I knew he was on me. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know what that was. Well, that is not what I wanted. Oh, this is laggy. Oh my God. Anyway, so I think that's the last game for the night. You win. Super laggy. I can't even get my commands out. Real says, I see a lot of Juju talk and I don't see us getting him at all. Thoughts? Here's the deal. I like Juju a lot. I think he's a good player. I think he's a great player. But the cost of getting him, I'm wondering what exactly would we have to give up? To me, if I could give up a second rounder for Juju Smith right now and, pay him, I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem giving up a second round pick for Juju Smith. Let me know how y'all feel in the chat about that. I want to hear y'all thoughts on this, because I don't have a problem giving up a second round pick for Juju. I don't, right? Paying him, I understand you got to pay receivers in this league. There's some Jets fans that be like, oh no, no, listen, if you have good receivers, just like we've never really had you know what I'm saying? We haven't had in a long time at least, really good wide receivers, right? Like, Wayne Kabetz, Lavernius Coles, all these guys, they're not, we haven't seen them in a while, right? I think probably the best receiver we had as of late, probably Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker, right? Guys we got in free agency. So when you look at the situation, I would love for Juju to be here. But I don't know if the Steelers are in the market to move him, because I figure if he was, like, if they really wanted to move him, bro, he'd probably been gone already, right? Like, if they really wanted to move on from Juju, you don't think most people would give up a second-round pick for Juju Smith? Like, Juju's a good wide receiver. He's really good. But I think we would still have to find a number one. I think that Juju's a good wide receiver. I think he's a good number two. He'd be a number one here, like, without a doubt. But do you guys believe that he's like an undoubted number one? Like, is he like Allen Robinson? Like, for me, dude, Allen Robinson, I would think about, if I could get some compensation back, that Seattle pick, I would think about moving it for Allen Robinson. I really would. Because that dude is amazing. And he's stuck out there in no man's land with garbage-ass Mitch Trubisky. You know what I'm saying? His numbers aren't that great because of Mitch. It's not that he's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's times where I've watched the Bears, bros, and he's wide open. I'm talking about beat the cornerback off the line, rip, gone. Wide open. And I'm thinking, oh, this is another bomb to Allen Robinson. And Mitch checks the ball down to a running back for a yard in a cloud of dust. I mean, what are you doing, Mitch? Do your eyes work, bro? Like, do you see this dude is wide open? Like, I remember watching a game. I forgot who they were playing, bro. But when I tell you he was wide open 3 plays in a row, he was wide open. Wide open. 3 plays in a row. 3. Wide open. And Mitch just like didn't even look his way. Threw like 2 incomplete balls in the dirt. And the other one, I think he hit a tight end for like 3 yards. It was something like that. And it was like, Mitch, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Like, so Allen Robinson is definitely a guy that I would definitely look at. But Juju is right there, bro. I would love Juju. Juju's one hell of a wide receiver, and we need wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? It's as easy as that. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Going back to the chat. Val Outlaw says, damn, didn't know about the fans part. Oh, what? Oh, with Jamal Adams? Oh, yeah. Dude, Val, there were people. I watched it. Okay, I watched it happen. Because let me tell you, I was sitting back when all of it was happening. I was just kicking back, man. You know what I'm saying? I was kicking back, drinking my water, my Powerade here. You know what I'm saying? I was just drinking my Powerade right here. I was just drinking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting back, drinking Powerade, sipping. You know what I'm saying? Just watching it all go down. Watching everybody that, there were some people that, there was a couple people that agreed with me. But I remember in particular, there was a couple people, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to blast you on my stream. It's not that, because I blast you already on Twitter. So, you know what I'm saying? But there was a couple people in particular that I remember was like, yo, you never would get rid of him. He's not the player. And I remember them going, wow, Jamal, really? Yeah, really. Yeah, really. Like, when I watched it, Val, there was a dude that begged him. He said, Ma, please don't leave the team. Literally. I'm paraphrasing, but the dude said, please, Jamal, please don't leave the team. We love you. The fans love you. We're going to get you. Make sure you get paid. Please don't leave the team. Jamal Adams retweeted him, quoted him, and then retweeted him and said, it's over. Let it go. Told that man to his face, bro, it's over. Let it go. Like, but he had done other stuff. He was blocking fans that was telling him, yo, we love you. He would block you. I swear. Go look it up. Go look it up on Twitter. Go look at it. You can search all that stuff. I'm telling you, you can search it. And it will show you, yes, he was doing all of these things. He was blocking people. He was anybody, even, and it wasn't a lot of people. It wasn't like a ton of people being negative. There were people that literally was like, bro, we love you. Please stay. Like, don't leave. We love you. President Mall, all this stuff. And he would block their ass with no issues. That boy hit that block button fast. He hit it fast. Real fast. Just John says getting Juju would be awesome, but I can't imagine the Steelers getting rid of their number one option. Yeah, that's what you know. When the talk got started about him, I was like, yeah, you know, this would be dope. But then I was like, are the Steelers really gonna let him go? Like, are they moving on from him or not? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. SL James says if they were to get Juju, then that shows you they care about helping Sam. But you pay George Fant a swing tackle with barely having snaps, and Juju is definitely a number 2 wide receiver. Yeah, Shaq, you hit the nail on the head right there. I'm not a big George Fant fan. Like, and I that's why the offensive line to me is a question mark, because a lot of people think that just because they're different names, they're better players. And a lot of these guys are literally like backup journeymen. Like, you know, Van Roten is like, he's not some all-pro guard. Like, Fant is a swing tackle who was a backup who couldn't beat out, who's that guy? Dwayne Brown, I think his name was, in Seattle. Like, he couldn't beat him out. And Jermaine Ifedi. He couldn't, that's who it was. It's Jermaine Ifedi. He couldn't beat out Jermaine Ifedi. And Jermaine Ifedi was a trash tackle in Seattle. He was terrible. He couldn't beat him out. So I'm like, if you can't beat out Jermaine Ifedi, how good are you really? You know what I'm saying? Like, Shaq says, but Robinson's contract is ridiculous, though. Yeah. I mean, it's up there, but we got cash, and you pay receivers in this league. I remember people getting excited when there was rumors about us getting Odell Beckham. Well, you think you're going to pay Odell Beckham in peanut butter sandwiches? Hell no. You're going to have to pay that man cash. Okay? And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pay offensive weapons in this league. You really want to get good. When you get good, you got to pay the guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Val Outlaw says, I would definitely want Juju Smith, a player that can actually make an impact on the field. Absolutely. Val also says, and I wish Antonio Brown off the field antics and on the field antics wasn't as bad, because I wish we could pick him up, but I already know that's huge baggage. Absolutely. I think Antonio Brown would be a bad idea to bring here, because just everything that you got to deal with when you deal with him. I just wouldn't be interested with that. And the media here would have a field day with him. And as much as, you know, I respect Antonio for what he's done in the league, I know different people have different things to say. There's speculations about different things that's going on with him. I'm not here to talk about that or speculate on that either. But, you know, he's just not a right fit for us. Just not the right fit. Val says, I don't even want Odell Beckham because he's more of a me player than a team player. Yeah. I mean, I can see that. I can see why some people wouldn't want him. Me, I would welcome him with open arms, because I know Odell's going to go out there and ball. Like, yeah, he is a me guy, but you got to think receivers, they're divas anyway. Most of them are me guys anyway, especially the really good ones. Most of them are me guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are guys out there that are good wide receivers that are, you know, team rah rah rah, but man, most of them dudes, they just divas. Like, that's just how they are. Like, they just, you know what I'm saying? They got big heads. They want the ball. You know, they the man. And sometimes, honestly, that confidence is necessary when you play in that position, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, that position, it you know, you the lights are on you. You know what I'm saying? You make a catch, that's huge. People coming up applaud you. You drop a ball, you miss a catch, you miss an assignment, something like that, they all over you. Especially if you drop a game winner, they all over you. You know what I'm saying? So there's guys out there, I'll take them in a heartbeat. If the Browns want to give them up and they give them up for something reasonable, call Joe. You know what I'm saying? You can call Joe. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely. Shaq said, Ifedi is trash too. Oh, dumpster juice. That man is beyond trash. He's under the trash can. Like, I mean, trash can in the winter. He cold garbage. Like, I mean, man, like, he was terrible, and he still couldn't beat him. What does that tell you? Like, if you can't beat him out, if you still can't beat him out, what does that tell you? It tells you something, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully he steps up this year. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he steps up this year. So Val says, I'm a big Browns fan, and Odell off the field can get really frustrating. Just John, I'm telling you, I've heard, you know, I heard different stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's just who he is. He likes the light. He likes the bright light. He's all about it. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, off the field. But I mean, I know on the field he can get, you know, he's done things in the past. But I'm telling you, when Odell is on, dude, he's a beast, like a complete monster, bro. Seriously, complete monster. All right, folks. It's come time to the end of the stream, okay? I got to get with the getting. Got stuff. Got to take care of. Got to make sure that everything's right. I want to thank y'all for joining me, all of y'all. Even some of the people that's not here right now, thank you. If you're watching this on the playback, listen, I truly appreciate y'all with all my heart and soul. I'm serious. I'm going to keep streaming. The streams are going to get better. Yeah, I'll tell the Navy stories and stuff tomorrow because we game so much. But I really want to focus on gaming a bit more than the show. Of course, we're going to do the show at least, once or twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to do a pre-show and then a post-show, or a post-game show as well. So I will be streaming tomorrow. Again, I'm going to wake up. We're going to be here watching the game together. So bring your snacks, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring some snacks for y'all to have. Don't eat up all my snacks. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring y'all some snacks. Don't eat up all my snacks. And don't drink all my juice either. You know what I'm saying? Don't drink all my juice. I'm gonna give y'all some of that. Don't drink all my juice. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna eat snacks, we're gonna watch the game, and then after the game, I'm gonna go live. Probably about 15, 20 minutes after the game, we're gonna go live. So be here, same time, same place. Again, I'll be streaming everywhere. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on Periscope. I think I'm on Periscope, Twitch, anywhere you're at, I will be at. So please, be here tomorrow for the Jets game and then for the stream, and then we're gonna play after the game too. So again, on my social medias, YoungJ00 is my Twitter. My show's Twitter is The Real Long Beach Joe. My Facebook is Long Beach Joe Show. So go to all those social medias. Please follow all those social medias. I'll be there. I'll be around. Also on Instagram, I'm Long Beach Joe 00. So get over there, man, please. On Twitch, I'm Long Beach Joe. On YouTube, I'm Long Beach Joe Jets. You know what I'm saying? So get over there, follow all that stuff, and you know what I'm saying? Just keep in touch with me. I love going back and forth with y'all. I love talking with y'all, man. So Shaq, got love for you too, bro. Again, I love everybody. Thank everybody for watching. Y'all have a good one, all right? Peace.